business records. Greg Clugston, New York.
The government's December employment report shows America's employers grew their payrolls by a robust 256,000 jobs last month, the unemployment rate dropping to 4.1%. The surprising strength of the job market has sent stock futures sharply lower on Wall Street. Fears the Fed could be discouraged from further interest rate cuts. Crews battling the L.A. wildfires got only a brief reprieve from fierce winds that have been fanning the flames. Though the winds calmed down overnight, they're picking up again. In fire-ravaged Pasadena, Mayor Victor Gordo says he understands people are anxious to get back to their neighborhoods.
We're asking if you are under a mandatory evacuation order. Those orders have not been lifted. And so we're starting to see people go back into those areas. And our message to you is stay out of those areas until you hear officially that the orders have been lifted.
The fires have damaged or destroyed at least 10,000 structures. Fire-related death toll at least 10. Another blast of winter storms closing schools, snarling flights, putting millions of residents on alert across parts of the deep south and south-central U.S. Wall Street Dow futures down 349 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Madame Giselle senses something big coming.
Is it a career change?
Everything looks wet.
I'm going to be a swim teacher.
There's a roof.
A swim teacher who also does roofing.
No, the roof of your RV has a leak and it's ruining the furniture.
Oh, that's okay. I'm covered by Progressive. But maybe I'm a swim teaching roofer who makes furniture.
Customize your coverage with Progressive's Roof Protection Plus and be prepared for the unexpected. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Roof Protection Plus available for RVs less than 6 years old. $250 deductible applies to any claim.
Balance of Nature supplements, changing the world one life at a time.
I'm 71 years old, and one of the main reasons why I wanted to switch over and give it a try was that I would rather take something of natural ingredients.
Go to balanceofnature.com and get 35% off your first preferred set, plus a free fiber and spice supplement as a new preferred customer by using discount code BALANCE.
The Senate has voted to advance the Laken-Riley Act to a final vote.
The vote clears a way for a short burst of robust debate and then a final vote on the bill. It's named after the University of Georgia nursing student murdered on campus last February by an illegal immigrant from Venezuela. The first of what incoming President Trump has promised will be big steps to reverse the impact of illegal immigration under the Biden administration. The bill is also the first item to be voted on by the new GOP-controlled Senate. Bob Agner reporting.
President Nicolas Maduro is about to extend his increasingly thuggish rule over Venezuela until 2031. Maduro will be sworn in today despite credible evidence that his opponent actually won the latest election and following demonstrations against his plan to serve a third six-year term. Yesterday, hundreds of anti-Maduro demonstrators took to the streets in the capital, Caracas. News and analysis at townhall.com. The Los Angeles wildfires upending the schedules of some pro sports teams.
The NBA postponed the Lakers' home game against the Hornets on Thursday, with several massive wildfires burning across the greater Los Angeles area. It's the second straight day a game scheduled to be played in downtown Los Angeles has been postponed. The NHL's Kings were scheduled to host the Flames on Wednesday. The date for the rescheduled games will be announced at a later time. 3 major fires were burning in areas of the vast LA Metroplex following 2 days of extraordinary winds. At least 70,000 people are under evacuation orders. More than 1,000 structures have been destroyed. I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
Recapping the hour's top story, President-elect Trump about to be sentenced in his New York criminal case. The judge indicating he plans a no-penalty sentence, meaning no jail time, no probation, and no fines would be imposed. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it, so they banjo, guitar, and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel witch said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Friday. Frosty Friday. Oh, I got to turn you on.
Turn me on. We did it, everybody!
Yeah, Frosty Friday. We made it.
Walked through a mile-long snow pipe and came out clean on the other side.
Goes back to Shawshank.
It always goes back to Shawshank.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome to. We are a lot of delays again this morning here. I've got the latest delays posted up on the Facebook, on our Facebook page, 1065 Roswell Talk FM Facebook page. For all that I had the latest of, but Roswell School's 2-hour delay. A lot of this actually started last night. We got the ball, and a lot of people reporting last night. We kind of got a majority of these last night. But Roswell School's 2-hour delay this morning. Artesia School's 3-hour delay. Dexter and Hagerman Schools on 2-hour delays this morning. Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell, the campus is closed today. Gateway Christian Schools are closed today as well. The 5th Judicial District Court in Chaves County is on a 2-hour delay this morning. I think Magistrate Court's closed on Fridays anyway.
Yeah.
I think they don't. I think I remember seeing on there that they were closed yesterday. Will not be open Friday because they normally aren't open on Fridays and will open on Monday. So you probably weren't having business there anyway today. So Lake Arthur schools are closed today. As well, Ruidoso 2-hour delays, ENMU Ruidoso's 2-hour delays. So that's most at Cloud Cross. Some of the outlying areas from our kind of listening audience here on 2-hour delays there this morning.
A lot of that was precautionary. Most of the roads, I'm not going to say all the roads around Roswell, but most of them.
If it's a main road or a relatively traveled road, it's probably fine this morning. Yeah, there's going to be some ice patches at intersections where wet and all that.
That's the main thing you need to watch out for,
but
is the black ice.
Pavement.
Yeah.
If you're in neighborhoods and things like that, you are probably going to be dealing with the worst part of my drive was from my garage to the road, basically. That was everything from their point on was pretty good this morning.
Pretty smooth.
With the exception of, like you said, the black ice areas and stuff like that. You know, when you hit intersections,
and that's the main thing.
On and off highways, things like that.
I was maintaining normal speed going down the roads, but I would slow down much further away from the stop sign than normal.
Yeah,
just to be just as a precaution.
Allow more braking space and gives bigger space cushions to traffic and all those kinds of things. Be smart.
Yeah,
don't drive out into hazards. Speaking of that, I got that little notification as I was diddy bopping around town yesterday. I go to get in the Jeep to start up and back out, and then all of a sudden, dummy light comes on. Your rear turn signal light needs to be replaced. I'm like, really? Today? This is the day you're going to tell me? So when I go to hit left for the rest of yesterday and today, it gets the fast.
Yep. I call that the stripper blinker.
So my blinker light's out. So please, if you pull me, it just happened yesterday.
It just came up, and I'm clean.
I'll get to it. I promise.
This is the one that bugs me, and I don't know if your car does this, but my car does. Not all the time, but sometimes. It'll pop up with this screen that I have to click out of that says, taking your eyes off the road, even for a second, is a hazard to those around, to yourself and those around you.
Wow.
Distracted driving is hazardous. Please, when you're driving, just be driving. Pay attention to it's a massive paragraph. You're like, in order to get to any of my radio functions, I have to click out of this thing. It's like if I was driving when that popped up, and I'm trying to read this
you're taking your eyes off the road to read that thing.
Exactly. It's the most distracting thing in the entire car, and it's I have to make it go away.
No, I have not seen that in my car.
Oh, well, lucky you.
This isn't like the vacation car, is it? Where it's
No.
Like, yeah, don't hit the swastika on the dash. There's a swastika on the remote key. Yeah, don't hit that button.
I did watch a video over the weekend that really kind of depressed me because basically the concept of the video was this group was going on a road trip, but they could only use 1-star accommodation or 1-star,
Is this like a Mr. Beast thing or something?
Well, it was the J Stew, but so they went to a rental place to get the worst car they could get, and it turns out that car wasn't available anymore because they took it off the market due to safety issues. So the car they ended up, and they said, "What's the worst car you can rent to us?" And he said, "By far, Chevy Spark." I'm like, damn it. By far? I mean, you could have just said the worst, but by far?
You want to make this point. Oh, it's a real piece of work.
This thing sucks.
Funny part of that story, guess what Sean owns, just in case.
Well, that's
well,
turns
some
out
people may not know.
Yeah, I drive a Chevy Spark.
But
I enjoy my ride.
But do be careful if
Yes,
you're going out and
please.
about this morning, especially if you've got to hit, like if you got to go head south to. I think they got a little bit more because I'm hearing like 3-hour delays in Artesia,
Right.
and so I'm thinking they got a little bit. Lake Arthur's closed. So I'm thinking they if you're heading south, you might have a little bit more road issue. NM Roads, go get the app down or go to nmroads.com. That'll tell you if you should stay. Now, check it twice. Make it a list because I got rope-a-doped on it yesterday when I was like, "Oh, it's fine east." Then I started going east. I'm like, "It's not fine
It's
east."
not fine. And that's all just based on reports too. So I mean, there's
I reported it was not fine.
you were first on the scene.
To be honest, about that stretch of road, you're probably not far off. It was pretty me and Kim, and that's about it out
Yeah.
there. Maybe an errant cow. Short of that, it was about it out there. So, there's something else I was going to mention. I can't remember what it was. Something.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, I do know one thing, though. Yesterday, this was the fun thing. This was where it was like that day that was fun. Like I enjoyed having to go to your house twice. I'm not going to lie.
Well,
because
you got snow bunny a little bit.
Yeah, I did. Because when you hit like Sean's neighborhood there, I ain't gonna lie, I saw it and I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, I was kidding.
I was gonna say in the back of my head, I hear Elvis Presley.
No. Actually, to be honest, what was going on was my inner Dukes of Hazzard came out, and I was like,
Right.
I want to fishtail around these around his little neighbor. I didn't, because it's a neighborhood, but I ain't gonna lie. I first said, I'm going through the main thing just to plow through the snow up here, just to drive. So I think I broke the cherry of some of the snow on that front main entrance because there wasn't tire tracks coming in, but I was like, I'm going there.
I'll be honest. There's not much you could do that they haven't already done. There's a like a side by side ATV that kind of cruises around all the grassy areas when it's clear. So yeah, you're good.
But,
Get a couple of donuts.
I just saw opportunity. I said,
I will say, driving by the pristine parking lot of Goddard High, I really wanted to go because my car is a drift car at heart. So I could really hit some donuts if I wasn't terrified for my life, and it wasn't my only means of conveyance.
You could do some Fast and Furious Tokyo drifting around. Some good at sliding. I don't want to drive cars. I want to slide.
I just want to slide. Looks so much fun when they're going this way.
It's like saying, I want to be like they're trained to be an athlete, but they just want to do that so they could do that. Remember that exercise machine that simulated space?
Yes. The slide.
Yeah. It's like you train just to do that.
I'm not going to lie. I wanted one of those so bad when I was a kid.
I did too. I ain't going to lie. I'd take one today if you had one.
Yeah.
I'd use it for 2 minutes.
It's very odd, though. Like, they were a huge thing in, like, the 80s and late 80s, early 90s, and then you never see them anymore.
I got a feeling they never worked like they did on TV.
Yeah.
I imagine you had to really... Like, you never saw just average schmoes doing it. You had people that clearly had athletic skills were doing it. I feel like
because you can't just slide in regular socks. I don't think they have the right amount of slip to it.
Yeah. You're a bunch of us are thinking we're Tom Cruise. Did it for Taylor Swift, all right.
It's true. Totally did.
Tom Cruise's buttocks we were looking at. Taylor. But if that did come out today, I wonder if you go on eBay, you find one of those.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Unless
I don't even know what they'd be called. Slide board?
Slide. They were slide something. Slide exercise machine. Maybe to start there.
Yeah. Yastant Slide Board Pro, $24.99 at Walmart. Apparently,
you can still get them.
Still a thing, yeah.
For $25, that's worth a checkout. These is that the same thing?
I don't know. It looks
I feel
like
the other one was way more elaborate.
I mean, it does look a lot like it. It's got the two stops at the stop at either end.
No, those are important.
Right. I mean, here, take a look. I think it is. I really think that's the thing. And it's got like the special, I guess, socks. Yeah, booties to help slide. Yeah, so it's still a thing. Who knew? And it's yours for the low price of only $24.99. See,
this is a goal I can obtain.
That's the thing, is all those like unjumpable barriers from when I was a kid. I'm like, oh, that's what being an adult is, right? I can just go buy it if I want it. I mean, I got to pay bills first and stuff, but
I don't know.
I want to go back and try to remember all the stuff I wanted when I was a kid and just go buy it now.
I think I want one and just keep it here and just start every show going, shh, doing my workout. Hold on.
Just getting a few reps in.
Do my morning upload.
Yeah, because you got to hit that position where you're like in squat, booty out.
Yeah.
So.
And I could just be doing this on camera.
There you go.
Morning, everybody. How you doing?
It's Slalom Mike.
We're just slaloming through the morning. I think we could do this.
Get you one of those that actually has the bump on it, call you Mogul Mike.
Yeah, I think we could do this. I think we could do this. So. Let me give you the rundown for today's show. We're going to replay an interview we had with Barbara Gomez last week from Main Street Roswell. We'll do that here in just a bit. Sheriff's Department, hopefully they'll join us. I forgot to remind them till this morning, so sometimes that doesn't work out well for me. So,
there's been a lot going on, too. So.
Well, yeah, there is a lot of issues. So we may or may not have someone from the Sheriff's Department, hopefully. And then the 9 o'clock hour, if not, we'll chit-chat or do some stuff. We'll figure it out. And then we're going to replay our interview we had with the folks from the Community Theater. Tonight's opening night for their big play, Now and Then. You can get your tickets at their website, roswelltheater.com. Spell theater like live theater, Theatre.
Spell it like Alanis Morissette would.
Yes.
In a theater.
Not the eater.
Yeah. No. The etre.
Etre. It's French.
The etre.
Sounds like eating duck. Or some flaky bread. Or some fries. Pretty sure they don't eat fries in France.
Yeah, it doesn't come up very much.
No.
They're chips there. I think that's what they call them. I don't know.
In France?
I think it's like a European thing, chips.
I know it's British. I don't know about France.
I'll look into it.
I just think I think they look at fried potato as beneath them.
Probably.
No, they're tortured dogs.
But they have McDonald's in France. I mean, I got to imagine they call them fries there.
And they did. I feel like pantomimes come from France. Those people, that form of entertainment.
Pommes frites.
Ah.
That's what they call them. It's short for fried potatoes.
Ah.
There you go.
France.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 7:19. I just want to say France. By the way, if you want a fun clip of the word France, I'll tell you that, and then I'm moving on with the weather. There is a meme that flips all around the internet that shows like the Miss World pageant or something, and it's the beginning of the televised thing where they're introducing each of the country, the representatives are being introduced, and so that each lady's going, Belgium, and the other one goes, United Kingdom, and then the lady from France goes, France, and it's just the funniest. It just she does it with the accent, but it's like this. It's you got to be there. Go check it out. Go search for it. It'll give you a chuckle. All right, 7:19. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Kind of cool today. We'll be in the upper 30s for the afternoon high, maybe a few clouds early, but then we get sunshine through the afternoon. The wind will be a little bit gusty, 15 to 25 miles an hour. Pretty cold for the overnight hours, mid to upper teens, and we get clear skies. And then Saturday looks good. We're back up to the low and mid 50s and sunny, 40s and sunny on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 19 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 68%. Winds are out of the northwest at 5 miles per hour. Sunny and a whopping 37 for our high today. Winds will be out of the northwest 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, an overnight low of 15. So it's going to keep getting cold. Even though we're not getting moisture, we are getting cold temps, which, again, help out Food Not Bombs, the homeless stuff. These temps are getting cold. They're going to continue to drop in the 20s and teens over the next couple nights. So they're going to need some help. We'll get to that throughout the show here, though. But overnight low of 15 for tonight with southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. For you Saturday, we're going to hit 48 for a high tomorrow under sunny skies. Winds will be out of the southwest at around 5 miles per hour. Saturday night is one of our extra warmer nights, 25 for an overnight low with north winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, mostly sunny and a high of 41. Winds will be out of the northeast at around 5 miles per hour. Sunday night, we're back down in the upper teens, 18 for an overnight low. Monday, sunny, 41 for a high. Monday night, mostly clear, overnight low of 20. Tuesday, high of 44 under sunny skies. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 21. And then Wednesday, midweek next week, 47 for a high, 23 for an overnight low. Thursday, 53 is what they're saying. So maybe we'll start gradually warming up a smidge next week. All right, it is 21 minutes after 7. Let's take a quick break. Excuse me, hiccups. And then we'll play our interview with Barbara Gomez. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Sign up today for the 3rd annual Artesia 4-H fundraising shoot. The Freedom Shoot Red, White, and Youth is Saturday, January 18th at the Eddy County Shooting Range and features a 100-round sporting clay course. This year also includes an archery course. Gun boards, raffles, door prizes, and lunch is provided. For more information or to sign up, call 575-513-0144. Support the Artesia 4-H and sign up today for the Freedom Shoot, January 18th.
When you're active, injuries happen. Don't let them keep you on the sidelines. Make your comeback stronger with Soft Wave Therapy. Cutting-edge treatment to get you back in the action. Soft Wave Therapy is non-invasive and offers quick treatment with little to no side effects. This is the same technology used by the nation's top universities and professional athletes. Get back into the game. Give Premier Chiropractic a call today at 623-2900 or visit healthyroswell.com.
Picture this. You're behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground, moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever, and enjoying the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand what this feels like, you just have to get in the seat.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The Goodyear Rubber Company researched and concluded that shoes wear out faster on the right foot than on the left. To fix this, just walk backwards for half the day. Here's Mike Winters.
Joining us in studio this morning from Main Street, Roswell, all the way from upstairs, Barbara Gomez back in studio. Good morning. And good morning. It is 20 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Main Street, Roswell, all the way from upstairs, Barbara Gomez back in studio. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning, and Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, so we started off with treats.
Yes, so, I got a couple of those treats. Those are quite interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not really very, adventurous.
Yeah, you're not an adventurous. You're kind of a meat and potatoes kind of person, right?
Yeah. Give me the regular stuff. Yeah, my husband actually said to me last night when I left yesterday, he said, I'm going to cook dinner tonight, make something different. And I was like, I worried about it all day long. What is this different thing he made? It really wasn't off the charts, but it was a little too different for me. How's that? It was shrimp with ginger and garlic.
Okay.
I'm sure it sounds wonderful, doesn't it?
Sure.
And it actually didn't taste too bad, but it was not my cup of tea.
I'm a hit or miss on ginger. I'm not a big ginger fan.
I don't care for ginger. It's a little too strong for my, you know what I'm saying? It seems like I can taste it for a while.
Like when people say, "Oh, you're sick, you need to drink," or like stomach ginger ale, and I'm like, I don't like it.
Can't do it. Or it's almost kind of like
my wife does. I can't do it.
But like cilantro, some people can eat it and it doesn't affect them at all. For me, it's just like wow.
Yeah, that's another one for me. I'm cilantro. I like it, but not. Some people go over the top. Like Sometimes I'll get a steak burrito and all I taste is cilantro, and I'm like, all right, we need to calm down.
No,
with
I don't
cilantro.
like that.
Yeah.
You don't have to start picking it
I
out
agree
or
with
whatever.
you.
I start picking.
John would disagree with you, but I agree with you.
And a lot of people love it and have it on there and chop it up and put it on everything, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I just don't like the taste that much.
I like it in small doses. It's like if you put a third of what you put on there, then I'd be good with it.
That might be okay. Yeah. Or if you put it with some hot salsa.
Yeah,
that's
with
okay.
other
okay.
onions or whatever. Yeah.
Right. So it's a new year, Mike.
Yeah.
There's a new year, dare I say, starting a new president. So there's a lot of different changes coming up, and some of them are good, some might not be good at all. But, what do? You take what you get and just keep moving on, right?
Well, I'd like to say there's a lot of optimism and things. We got a legislative session where they say a lot of money. So hopefully, some good stuff happens out of this.
Right.
So hopefully we're looking at a bright 2025.
And anytime you get a change in something, whether it's a change of a board or a change of new members or city council or a president, there is a sense of hope and a sense
fresh
of
ideas.
Yeah, fresh ideas and where we're going to go from here. So I say that to, segue into just going back a little bit, because I do want to talk a little bit about Christmas.
Yeah.
I know it's gone and we're done with it. And a lot of people are like, yay, we're done. But, this year was an incredible year.
It was a wonderful Christmas season this year. I think
we really had a great
considering,
one.
I would say as a whole in the year, it was a rough one with floods and fires and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
But the Christmas season, it was a nice bow on a rough 2024.
Right.
A high note on a rough year.
I think after that flood, I think that everyone felt like we needed to do something special, or we needed to not forget, the good things that happen in Roswell and make people happy. I noticed that right after the flood, and you had the trick-or-treating happening. I couldn't believe how much there was. So many houses.
Life still goes on.
Yeah, there were so many people. There was more people than I'd ever seen. Adults, children, teenagers, people dressing up. The blocks just blooming with all kinds of stuff going on.
I think it was one we needed at the time. You needed a place
right. We needed something like that
to just remind us of the community and the fun and the good stuff.
And the Christmas, of course, Jesse McDaniel's block, I think he's getting a little competition now, which is great, because now he's got more than one block.
Love to see it. More the merrier.
The more the merrier. My husband loves driving around and looking at that. But I do want to tell you a little bit about downtown, and some of you may have seen, the lights go up in the trees. That happens as soon as we can get that done. And then we decorate.
Prettiest time of the year for Main Street.
It really is a pretty time of the year. And it could not be done without. These are not people that are members of Main Street. They are volunteer people that actually
it's their neighborhood.
Have a passion
it's
for
your
what
neighborhood.
they do.
Yeah,
yes.
It's your neighborhood. Their businesses are here. Their lives are here. This is their homes as much as it is their business.
And the community steps up and makes donations toward this. So first of all, I would like to send a big old thank you to Devin Bullock. I called her Mrs. Christmas because she's all about Christmas. And she's the one that started the holiday Christmas tree tradition of putting a Christmas tree downtown. And I think it was about a year ago or so she started collecting and getting donations from the community to buy a really large tree. So the tree that you see sitting in front of the courthouse lawn is a 17-foot Christmas tree. And it has the option to even get bigger.
Okay, so we're going to go bigger.
So we can actually, if we get enough money, we can actually add more bottoms to it and make it bigger and bigger and bigger.
So we get it like 20 feet, 30 feet.
Yeah, it just depends on how big we want to make it.
Okay.
But she's the one that took on that project on her own. She reached out not just to Main Street people, but to the community of Roswell, and she collected all of the money to be able to buy that tree.
That's awesome.
And so she helps out with putting it up. She knows all about how to get it up and how to get it down. And so on that note, today at 10:30, we'll be taking down the tree.
All right.
So if you have
today or tomorrow?
Nope, today.
Today, Friday, 10:30 this morning.
Today,
Perfect.
Friday,
Okay.
10:30. It takes a lot of hands to take it down. There's a lot of branches.
Sure.
So if you want something to do today at 10:30, go over to the courthouse lawn and help us start packing that back up. And
more hands make less work.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. So a big thank you to Devin. Now, as far as the Holiday Light Project, that's a project that Wendy Marley started.
Okay.
It was a passion of hers, and she basically does the same thing. She reaches out to her friends, her family, her work people,
labors of love.
Yeah, she's a
wrangle
real
the
estate,
family
yeah,
involved.
She's a real estate agent, and so she collects all of the funding for that. They hire Jesse McDaniel to put up the lights, and that's why they look so great, Mike. Because Jesse does a really good job on
the same anal retentiveness he does on his own. He does those out there.
He does it for us, but not only does he put them up, because some people have said, "Well, good grief, that's a lot of money you're spending on that." Well, it's more than just.
To be honest, it's the community donating.
It's
the
community donating
money,
their
effort,
time
everything.
and effort.
It's not like Main Street has a fund for
Oh,
this.
golly, I
it's
don't.
All
I don't.
done.
Unless I start, doing fundraising early.
Sure.
And Wendy needs all the help that she can get. But a big thank you to Wendy. So the Holiday Light Project goes up just right before December, and before the first weekend in December, and then we keep them up for a little bit longer because I don't know if you've noticed it, Mike, but if you're not friends of Main Street on the Facebook, be a friend of Main Street. There are so many people. We've got thousands of people that follow our page, but it's a really great picture opportunity. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but
it evokes a sense.
Yeah.
I say it every year. I love it. Like if we could figure out a way to keep them on all year long, I'd be down. I'd be good with that because it's just and I see it a lot in the mornings because I get here, it's still dark.
Yes.
And so I see a lot when you come into town, and I'm not going to lie, that January and December when I'm driving through, like, you're kind of tired, sluggish, and then I hit the corridor with the lights. I'm like, oh, neat. You get distracted.
Nice. Yes.
And it literally puts me in a better mood every time.
Yeah. And, visitors that come to Roswell from other communities to shop or to hang out here, not specifically, for the Alien Fest or something, but they just come to Roswell to go shopping and go through our Main Street. I know some of my, counterparts that do the same thing, let's say in Carlsbad, Hobbs, and Ruidoso and other areas. They comment about how beautiful our Main Street looks around that time. But anyway, but again, back to Jesse McDaniel, his team not only puts that up, they maintain it. So some of the lights start hanging down. Believe it or not, people like to pull them down. Don't ask me why.
People, anytime you can't have nice things, there's always somebody that's got to do something.
Somebody that does something.
It's the world we live in.
Yes. So anyway, so just wanted to put out that shout out for those two and to all of the sponsors. And if you're wondering who sponsored those trees, there are signs on every tree that will tell you
support the businesses that do this
who sponsored this, and they're not all businesses on Main Street. They're car dealerships, they're oil companies. There's just all types
Roswell merchants and various
people in this building have also supported some of those trees. So
we're all tied together. Main Street, Roswell, it's all one community. It's our, the Main Street. Yes, it has you define lines of an area, but its impact is much bigger than those borders of which it's encased in.
Yep. So I want to kind of back up a little bit to the window decorating contest. I don't know if you guys were aware of this, but every year we have a window decorating contest. I know some people out there ask, well, what about so-and-so? Barbara, you didn't put so-and-so.
It's a popularity contest.
It is a popularity contest, but you also have to sign up.
Sure. You got to put yourself out there to say, I'm in.
I'm in. Because, as always, Ms. Juliana Halverson, our great historian and city councilor, and, she takes wonderful pictures and videos
utility person.
Yeah, she does a
the city
lot
utility
of things
person, wherever you need her.
For the community of Roswell.
Yeah.
But, she's got to pick a specific day and time when she can go out there and take pictures.
Do the official judging.
You did not, she takes the
pictures. Or the pictures for the official judging.
She does the pictures for the official judging. So if you didn't see your favorite person out there, you might ask them, did you enter into the contest?
Yeah.
Because we're not going to go and take a picture of everything downtown. We're going to take a picture of the ones that entered into the contest. That signed up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
And so this year we had quite a few of them sign up, a lot of windows sign up. And it was really kind of it is a popularity contest.
Absolutely.
Because you like it on Facebook.
Absolutely.
You ask your friends
That's
and
the whole
family.
point of this is to drum up business, to drum up eyes, to get people to come out and see this stuff.
And so the winners for this year, first place, Alien Enchantments with 313 likes.
Nice.
They won first place. So Alien Enchantments, if you've not been there, it's sort of a new, semi-new business.
Okay.
It's right next to Eclectic Treasures
Okay.
and sandwiched in right there next to Bricktown.
Mm-hmm. Right here in the heart of downtown.
Yeah, and so they had a really cool one. And just to kind of back up a little bit, our theme this year was Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
And a few people got into it, and some people just couldn't see themselves doing that.
It's always a little bit. Yeah, some people are like, no, that's a little more Halloweeny than Christmas.
That's too Halloweeny for me.
And then some people are like, no, let's do it all.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
So there was, you know what I'm saying, there you didn't have to if you did not want to do Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, you can always do Christmas,
you can do
traditional
whatever
Christmas.
you want.
Yeah,
whatever you want. And so Alien Enchantment.
Everyone loves a Grinch.
Yeah. I actually could do Grinch every single year. I absolutely do love Whoville. So I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. And the second place winner, which again, people said, wait a second, Barbara, that's not the theme. It didn't have to be the theme, okay? But it was Tascosa Office Machines with 254 likes.
Nice.
And if you've not looked at that, it's such an intricate detail of a Christmas village. It's beautiful. They still have it up.
I love the ones where you got to spend time and like you
and
look
really
and then you go
them.
look later and you find new stuff. It's always
and I actually called and spoke to Danny, and we were talking about the theme, and he said, Barbara, you had to look really closely, but we did have the Nightmare Before Christmas on in the little village.
And see, what you do is because now this kind of does cross genre, but it does stay related.
Mm-hmm.
Is because Nightmare Before Christmas. That's the Tim Burton and his thing. Tim Burton also did Beetlejuice.
Yes.
And so if you do like the Christmas Village thing, I think you could incorporate the Nightmare Before Christmas a la Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah, I think so.
In the village.
I think I'm gonna. I am going over there to see him sometime, probably today or Monday. The third place winner was Imagine That with 226 likes.
Nice. Well, that's what they do is they imagine and they do scrapbooking and all that. So they're good at recording history and presenting it. So
they did a great job also. And just to let you know that these three businesses will win a gift basket with all kinds of goodies. Some of it from Main Street, some of it not, some of them gift cards. So it's always kind of fun to get in on that.
And they get the bragging rights.
Yeah,
and they're already plotting and planning for next year, I'm sure.
Yes,
so. But can go by and congratulate them and support these businesses and all the businesses. But come by and check them out. If some may still have their displays up, they're probably coming down in the next day or two. But,
and actually, if you don't you've not shopped downtown, please shop downtown. I came to work on Christmas Eve, and I was running late, like I always am, on buying gifts and stuff. And I stopped at a couple of shops. I can tell you, Mike, I spent so much money, and I was going, I didn't know they had this. I didn't know they had that. They had things for babies. They had things for men. Like she's a dandy.
Yeah, and it's stuff
some of these places
generally better quality, better. Obviously, the products, the people that sell the products know the products and are very much more. Educated on the products they sell, which makes you better educated on what you're buying.
Right. Or if you're looking for something personalized, I mean, you say, I really want something really personal.
Yeah.
Over She's a Dandy. She makes T-shirts across the street over at Moon Man.
Yeah.
Or right next to her is also another, it's specifically Business Notions, but they have so many different types of polos and shirts.
Yeah. And then if you want the unique and eclectic, go walk into the artist gallery and hit all those little personal artists in there with everything from paintings to ceramics to all kinds. I mean, you could literally find everything you want.
You could
on Main Street somewhere
downtown.
or another.
And we also, Mike, on the 17th of December, we had a stakeholder annual meeting.
Okay.
Where we not only talked about what we've done in this last year, but what we would like to happen further down. So we always encourage, our stakeholders.
So if you're a Main Street business, we really would like you to be in attendance for this meeting. Even, I know the boards meet monthly, but this stakeholders meeting, it's all hands on deck. We'd love to see representation from every Main Street business.
I mean, the way I tell my stakeholders about this is, the reason it's called a stakeholders because you have a stake in what happens on Main Street. So give us your input. And remember, we start over there at 8th Street and we go all the way to Alameda and all the way to Richardson, to the alley of Richardson.
Yeah, it's not just Main Street.
It's not just Main Street.
A couple blocks on either
3rd,
side.
4th, 5th Street, some of those streets as well. So anyway, and another competition that we had was the 2024 Electric Light Parade.
Yeah.
You know, Mike, this year we had more floats than we've ever had. I
Love
think we
it.
have more floats on this than we do for the UFO festival.
I love that that got growing and more people
We
got
had
to
a
participate.
great board member, Peggy, was out there. She had them all lined up.
Well,
We all-
she runs her farmers market with the
Stern.
German watch or whatever there. I'm sure her parade was equally as on time.
It was.
Yeah.
They said, "Don't worry about it, Barbara." I was sitting there worrying because I'm a worrier.
Yeah.
But it was Miss Rita Dorhofer and Peggy was out there, and some other volunteers were out there to help.
Good
CJ
deal.
Banks and a few other people. But a lot of people signed up late, and so I did have a panel of judges. Just to let you know, there was a mix of people. There was somebody there from the city of Roswell that was going to judge it. And the reason I picked her is she said, "Oh, Barbara, I just got back from Carlsbad. Oh, their parade was amazing." And I was like, "What? What? You've got to see our parade." So she was there to help out. Then I had a lady from out of town that was a vendor and a local vendor that was there as
It's
well.
all independent.
So they were independent
Nobody had a dog in the
people.
fight.
Yeah,
so to
no,
speak.
they
Yeah.
didn't. But these are the winners of the Light Parade contest.
All right.
The best of show was Coca-Cola. For those of you that didn't see that, that was really cool. They put so many lights on that semi-truck, and they also had reindeer leading the truck. So it was really, really cool.
That
and
is
again,
nice.
the same thing happened with the parade as did with the window decorating. You didn't have to do Nightmare Before Christmas.
Sure.
You could do whatever you wanted to
Whatever
do with it,
does
whatever
your
you
Christmas.
think.
But if you want a suggestion, we'll go with Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right. If you do. The best theme went to the Medina family. They had so much Nightmare Before Christmas
Cool.
all over their float. That was best of theme.
It's always fun when families get
Yeah,
involved.
that was a whole.
Yeah,
And they had
good for them.
cars going with it. They just had a big thing.
Love it.
Love it. And then the second place went to, last place went to Anaya Print. And so they did an awesome job on theirs.
Nice.
Now, I want to put out there an honorable mention because they are going to be getting a trophy from
Okay.
us. And it's the Roswell Correctional Center.
Okay.
I mean, something you don't think about at all, possibly.
Yeah,
but-
they're usually got bigger fish to fry. Over
yeah,
there.
I mean, they have things going on. But
Yeah.
what is cool about this, Mike, is that last year when Mr. Santa Claus, Rob, was a part of us, Rob, she's a people gatherer,
Mhm.
Oh, and by the way, Rob was out there
Awesome.
with Starbucks from Artesia, Starbucks from Roswell.
Get there getting
And he was,
keep people
he was
handing out
yeah,
coffees
just-
and cocos
yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah, he was doing a great job. But he secured a relationship for us with the Roswell Correctional Center. And, some of those men that are incarcerated out there are and ladies, are very, very creative.
Mm-hmm.
So last year, Mike, they made for us. So Rob got all the materials, took it out there, and they
cool.
made the Santa sleigh for us.
Oh, nice.
So if you've enjoyed getting pictures with the Santa sleigh, that was thanks to them.
Awesome. Well, good.
Thanks to them. Well, last year, our
And hopefully it's giving them opportunities and maybe get foot in the doors for jobs and things
Yeah.
when they are free again.
And
Yeah.
this year, last year, if you guys remember last year, the wind blew and it broke some of our reindeers and they weren't very big. And it blew them down. And so I kid you not, maybe 2 days before the parade, I was talking with one of the ladies that helps to organize things out there. And I said, you know what? I really wished I had a reindeer. And she said, by when do you need them, Barbara?
Yeah.
And I said, I need them
For the light parade. Yeah.
by Saturday. She said, let me see what I can do. I said, really? Saturday day, they show up
Wow.
with 3 reindeers. I'm kidding you not. They were big reindeer. And I
Sturdy.
said, yeah, sturdy.
Yeah.
And I said, how did you guys do that? He said, one of the guys drew a template and the others followed it.
Nice.
They cut it up, they painted them, and they delivered them to us.
That's awesome.
So we have them to use, so they will get an honorable mention.
That's awesome.
And a big thank you to.
Yeah.
And she said that when they have won trophies, like for the state fair parade, you know what I'm saying, the Eastern New Mexico Fair Parade, that the guys get to enjoy it out there. So
Love
they
that.
like to have a trophy so they can show that they contributed to something.
Pride in their work. Absolutely.
That's right. So anyway, a big thank you to them.
Yeah, helping save Christmas parade today this year.
Yeah, so it was really, really great. I do want to thank Ike and Cindy Beeman. If you guys had your pictures taken with Santa and Mrs. Claus, they are absolutely the best Santa and Mrs. Claus. The kids love them. I've had a number of people say, Barbara, they're taking way too long with everybody. That's what they do. People put babies in their arms. And
they're giving them their
kids
moment, their
and
time with
They
them.
give them their moment, their time.
It's
They
not
get the
It's not a
pictures.
picture factory. They're
No.
spending
They're
time with
really
them. Yeah.
spending time, and they're out there for a long
Creating
time.
memories for these kids.
They don't even take bathroom breaks or go eat. We finally have to go cut. We need to give
Right.
Santa a break. But a big thank you to them.
Yeah, we appreciate that love and dedication.
Yeah, and then we really would like to thank the Chaves County Courthouse staff. Mike, they go out there and help us. You know what they did for us this year?
What's that?
Is I don't think it's just for us, but it's actually been great for us. We were trying to figure out how to keep our tree from falling down because last year when the wind blew, it completely blew it down twice, and we had to get the fire department and other people to come help us because it's such a big tree.
Mm-hmm.
And so this year they came up with an idea of putting some anchors in the cement in their flush.
Okay.
So you can pop them up and hook them up and put
Nice. Okay.
hook up your tree to it. And they wanted to know exactly how the circumference of our tree so that they could put those in there. And we didn't have to come up with because we were coming up with all these ideas.
Sure.
How are we going to do? We can't put wires from here to there. People will trip. How do we do it?
So they found this way to...
They found this way, and they got it done before we put the tree up.
I love that. And now it kind of cements, literally, the tradition of the tree's going to be there for years to come.
Yes, and we don't have to worry about it. So a big thank you to Chaves County, the courthouse, to, Bill Williams and to the staff that works on the courthouse itself.
Absolutely.
We do appreciate them. The Chaves County Sheriff's Department, they're the ones that made sure that the parade was running smoothly, and they always do a fantastic job. Even though I sometimes get on their nerves, I can't imagine how I do that.
It's like, well, I ain't got on somebody's nerves. I ain't doing my job today, right?
Yeah, it's really funny that they laugh their way through it and say, Barbara, bring it down a couple of notches and we'll be fine. It's like, okay, but I got all these people waiting on me. Can you please hurry? Can you hurry? And of course, our volunteers. We can't do a lot of anything without volunteers. And for those of you that are out there today that say, I really would like to maybe do something this coming year and be a part of something, give us a call.
Absolutely.
We can use volunteers all the time.
Absolutely.
Like I told you, Mike, we're taking down the tree today.
Yeah, 10:30. Come on out. We'll start this morning here at 10:30.
We'll do it today. And then putting up decorating the light poles takes a lot of volunteers.
Absolutely.
And taking that back down.
Well, when you come to the stakeholders meeting here, please inquire and ask. And, hey, if we can get, just even if, half the businesses had one person they'd volunteer, or half the people that are just listening and said, hey, you do one thing and do it. Yeah, that's and to be honest, you do some of these and then you help out at the bigger events like UFO Festival, and you get to kind of see the cool swag. And there's perks for doing all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
there's all kinds of perks and things going on.
But please reach out to Barbara through Facebook or through the website or call the office and if you're interested in volunteering or wanting to spend time or where you could serve. They could even probably use it in board level stuff too if you're looking for volunteers
or
on
even
that level.
office stuff. If you're more at office stuff, some of you might say, I can't do much of anything, but you know what? I'm better at organizing. For instance, our storage unit can really use some help right now.
Yeah.
And a big thank you to Charlotte. They've given us an area here in this building on the 5th floor to do some storage.
Good
and
deal.
Berkshire Hathaway has also given us some storage to be able to put our tree back there.
Oh, good.
And our Santa sleigh. So there's, this is a community effort,
Absolutely.
Mike. So if you guys want something to do, give me a call, or if you don't know how to find me, talk to Mike. Mike can tell you where to find me.
Absolutely, we'll get you to. And of course, if you want to bring ideas to Main Street, they're always looking for things too.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
get
That's
involved.
true.
Always looking. So
Yeah.
Well, thank you
ideas.
as always.
Well, thank you, Mike. We appreciate it, and Happy New Year,
Happy
everybody.
New Year, and thank you for the treats they brought over the holidays.
Yeah, we brought
Peggy
you a
and
few
Herm
treats.
had some treats, and there wasn't as they were way better than the Oreos we had today. But
Yeah, they weren't they?
oh man,
Some homemade cookies.
oh
there.
man, there's those
Decorated ones.
the
or
Rolos with the
what's the pretzels?
Yeah, the pretzel, the Rolo with the oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I could eat a million
Peggy
of those
gave me
things.
that recipe, and I said, "That's it."
Yeah.
Man, I can make them. Even I
But
can.
those
make
things are crack.
Yeah.
Just straight crack. You can eat about. Once you stop, you can't stop. That's
You
the
can't
problem.
stop.
But thank you, Barbara.
Well, thank you,
and
Mike.
Happy New Year. And
Happy
we'll see
New
you.
Year.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
All right, it is 9:46. Let's pause for news, Hannity update, Cowboys report, all that good stuff. Don't go.
To bring their own equipment to load and haul the mulch off the site. It's available while the landfill is open, Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., and on Saturdays from 8:30 to 3:30. The free mulch is available while the supplies last, 3006 West Brasher Road. A 17-year-old has been arrested in connection with a deadly shooting that occurred in June of 2024. Las Cruces police say the teen is charged with 2 counts of murder and conspiracy to commit armed robbery. He is accused of killing 2 siblings in their car near Oregon Mountain High School in June of last year. Investigators are still searching for a second suspect. 26-year-old Jonathan Pena and 23-year-old Jacinia Pena were killed in the shooting. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
You know who's on top right now? Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA. Last year, his company stock tripled, his net worth up nearly $80 billion. Why? NVIDIA chips power the AI boom. I'm Kim Commando for NordPass. Get 58% off right now on this easy-to-use password manager at nordpass.com/Kim. Wang's leadership style is brilliant. He has more than 60 direct reports. So how does he keep on top of them all? He calls it the top 5 emails. Instead of relying on filtered progress reports, Wang reads hundreds of emails from his entire team. Here's how it works. Every week or two, staffers send him email outlining their top 5 priorities, observations, or industry trends. This gives Wang direct access to real-time information. It cuts through company politics, too, and he stays connected on different levels. Wang often replies to employees within minutes, asking for updates, demanding more details. I started 2025 using this strat at my company, and so far, it's amazing. Get my newsletter at getkim.com. Have you ever tried using your good old password to log into a website you haven't visited in ages and been hit with the wrong email or password message? Annoying, right? Now, what if I told you you never had to see that warning again? All you have to do is set up the NordPass Password Manager. NordPass lets you store all of your login details in an encrypted vault and auto-fills them anytime you visit a website or an app. With the NordPass Password Generator, you can also update all your passwords to be sure that they're strong and unique. It also lets you check for outdated passwords using Password Health. Store other info, like your addresses or credit card details, for easy online shopping. Doesn't that all sound so convenient? Well, I have a special NordPass deal just for you. If you go to nordpass.com/Kim, you can get 58% off your deal. That's only $1.23 per month. Once again, nordpass.com/Kim, nordpass.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Kind of cool today. We'll be in the upper 30s for the afternoon high, maybe a few clouds early, but then we get sunshine through the afternoon. The wind will be a little bit gusty, 15 to 25 miles an hour. Pretty cold for the overnight hours, mid to upper teens, and we get clear skies. And then Saturday looks good. We're back up to the low and mid 50s and sunny, 40s and sunny on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Had some games moved around because of all of the weather yesterday. Some games were just outright canceled. For the Roswell boys, now 10-4, their game against Mayfield scheduled for Thursday has been moved to today. They'll be playing at 5:30, and then Roswell will play host to Centennial Saturday at 4:30. The Goddard boys game against Belen was canceled yesterday. That was part of the North-South shootout in Lovington. That's a route round robin tournament, so it doesn't really affect like who's going to be considered the champion. They'll be playing Los Alamos this afternoon at 4:30, and then Taos on Saturday. The Roswell girls will be playing home against Mayfield today at 4 o'clock. That's been moved up from 5:30, and the girls will be playing Las Cruces Saturday. Goddard playing at Chaparral Saturday. Their road trip to Tucumcari last night canceled. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The most destructive wildfires ever for Los Angeles may cause billions of dollars in insured losses, though many homes are likely uninsured. The wildfires burning in the Pacific Palisades may lead to insured losses of more than $8 billion. The union representing 45,000 dock workers on the U.S. East and Gulf Coast and their employers on Wednesday said they reached a tentative deal on a new 6-year contract, averting further strikes that could have snarled supply chains. U.S. mortgage rates increased to a fresh 6-month high this week. The average rate on the popular 30-year fixed-rate mortgage climbed to 6.93%, the highest level since early July from 6.91%. Kroger has agreed to pay $110 million to resolve a lawsuit by the state of Kentucky, alleging the supermarket chain's pharmacies helped to fuel a deadly opioid epidemic by flooding its communities with hundreds of millions of doses of addictive painkillers. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
As you look forward to the new year, you may be making some New Year's resolutions for yourself. Things like exercising regularly, eating healthier, or something else that you may not do any longer than the first week of the year. How about you take a different approach for this year's resolution? Instead of focusing on yourself, come up with a resolution that can help others. Look around you and see where there's a need and resolve to meet that need. It could be helping out once a month at a local nonprofit. It could be writing an encouraging note every week to someone who's sick or dealing with a difficult time. It could be intentionally sharing the story of how God has made a difference in your life. At Country Club Road, we are making resolutions for the future with this mission: know Jesus and make Jesus known. We invite you to join us as we work together to develop our Vision 2030 plan titled For All That You're Going to Do. Happy New Year and God bless.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Do you know what the hardest part of dealing with the roofer is? Just trying to get them on the phone. Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and I want you to know that you can always trust Trustmark Roofing to answer our phone. Need a free roof inspection? Just call us at 575-755-ROOF and we'll answer with a live person, a real human being. Have a roofing project already going with us and need to discuss it? Just call 575-755-ROOF and we will answer the phone. No answering machine, no voicemails, and no weird robot automated attendant. That's because at Trustmark Roofing, we're all about relationships and treating people right. That's true for customers and vendors and insurance companies and employees. Anyone and everyone who comes in contact with our company. So if you have any roofing needs at all, trust Trustmark to treat you right and to answer the phone. Our number again is 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Coming to the Liberty, Friday, February 7th. Don't miss a great evening with Los Lonely Boys.
How far is heaven? Lord, can you tell me?
And special guest, Shiloh.
Now I'm dodging a Ford in my Chevrolet.
Doors open at 6 and the show starts at 8. Tickets are on sale now at thelibertyinc.com. Get yours before they're gone. Don't miss an evening with Los Lonely Boys. And special guest, Shiloh. Friday, February 7th at the Liberty, 312 North Virginia in Roswell. This is a 21 and up event.
Hi, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture, and I want to tell you about our store-wide sale happening now. All items in every department are on sale. Upgrade your living space with power reclining sofas and love seats or beautiful sectionals with charging ports. Create ambience with amazing table and floor lamps. Get that long-awaited restful night's sleep with the new Serta mattress. Every department is on sale from our existing prices. So come down to Glenn's Furniture on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Hi, I'm Chef Anthony Noble at the Valley Cafe located at 801 West Brasher in Roswell. We want to welcome you for dinner 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays, except Wednesday we close at 2 p.m. If you haven't tried our food yet, I hope you come try one of our dinner entrees, pasta, soups, salads, burgers, and sandwiches, and our weekly specials as well. Let me make you great dinner. Visit the Valley Cafe at 801 West Brasher, the Orange Building across from Church on the Move in Roswell.
Can't see us in person? Find our full menu on DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats.
Operation Homefront, it opened up so many possibilities. It took us from a hopeless situation. Now we're homeowners. We have a savings account. It's completely changed the way our life is. Our household is so much happier.
Visit OperationHomefront.org.
No static at all. Your new home for talk radio is KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. President-elect Trump is appearing virtually this hour at a Manhattan courthouse, along with members of his legal team, for sentencing in his New York criminal case. This after the Supreme Court declined to delay the sentencing.
A jury convicted him of 34 counts of falsifying business records.
We'll see how it all works out. I think it's going to work out well.
Trump took questions at a transition dinner with state governors held at Mar-a-Lago Thursday night.
Well, we're going to appeal anyway, just psychologically, because, frankly, it's a disgrace.
Trump becomes the first person convicted of a felony to assume the presidency. I'm Jennifer King.
The two biggest Los Angeles wildfires have damaged or destroyed at least 10,000 structures, as the fire-related death toll has climbed to 10. The latest blaze, the Kenneth Fire, started late yesterday afternoon in the West Hills area of L.A. Arson not being ruled out as a possible cause, and a person has been detained for questioning. The latest winter storm spreading a lot of snow and ice from Texas to the Carolinas. There are power outages in Texas and Arkansas. A lot of schools have been closed, hundreds of flights canceled. The U.S. Supreme Court hearing arguments today over the fate of TikTok in the U.S. And how did the job market fare in December?
U.S. hiring picked up unexpectedly last month. Employers added 256,000 jobs, an improvement of 44,000 jobs over November's figures. The unemployment rate dropped 0.1% to 4.1% from the month before, and recent figures suggest a stable job market. Layoffs are running below pre-pandemic levels, and the Labor Department's weekly tracking reported that just 211,000 people applied for unemployment benefits last week, the least number in nearly a year. George Williams reporting.
And Wall Street reacting to the positive jobs report with a sell-off. The Dow down 502 points. The Nasdaq is off 363. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
A setback for pro-life forces in one Southwest state.
The New Mexico Supreme Court has struck down abortion restrictions by 2 conservative cities and 2 counties at the request of the state attorney general. Attorneys representing the cities of Hobbs and Clovis and the counties of Lee and Roosevelt had argued that courts could not strike down local abortion ordinances because of the Comstock Act, a federal anti-vice law. Justice C. Shannon Bacon writes in the majority opinion that state law precludes cities and counties from restricting abortion or regulating abortion. Opposition to abortion runs deep in New Mexico communities along the border with Texas, but Democrats in New Mexico have worked to guarantee access to abortion. I'm Donna Warder.
The British Treasury Chief traveling to China this weekend to discuss economic and financial cooperation between the countries. UK's Labour government seeking to reset trade ties with Beijing. News and analysis, townhall.com. We're learning more about the planet that orbits closest to the sun.
A spacecraft has beamed back some of the best close-up photos yet of Mercury's North Pole. The European and Japanese robotic explorer buzzed the planet's polar region Wednesday. The European Space Agency released the snapshots Thursday showing the permanently shadowed craters at the top of our solar system's smallest innermost planet. This was the sixth and final flyby for Mercury for the spacecraft named Bepi Colombo since its launch in 2018. It puts the spacecraft on a course to enter orbit around Mercury late next year. Keith Peters reporting.
Canada's governing Liberal Party to announce the country's new Prime Minister March 9th after a leadership vote that follows the resignation this week of the wildly unpopular Justin Trudeau. Recent polls suggest the Liberals' chances of winning the next election are very slim indeed. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce
of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday.
Yes.
Hope you're excited.
You know what? I'm seeing something I haven't seen in over 24 hours. The sun, blue sky. I mean,
Skies are blue.
I think the melt is going to be on here very shortly.
Maybe some. And our high is only 37.
That's enough to melt.
The sun,
I think.
This is true. I don't know if it's going to be like melt again.
No, but you know.
It'll start, chipping away at the...
Yeah, it's not going to get all nasty and brown looking like it usually does. I think we'll maintain
all the
side
roofs.
snow for a while.
You hear a lot of gutters running water. Or for places don't have gutters, just it pouring off the side of the roof. I know, like, when you hit this building and you walk the alley, the drainage thing is, like, right on the corner of the building. And anytime, like, melt days or rain days, even after it rained, it sounds kind of like a waterfall back
yeah, it's
there.
just pouring.
It's almost, if you close your eyes, it's majestic.
It's quite peaceful. There's a little cove back there. You set up a nice little blanket, do some meditation.
And then you got to pee.
Yeah.
That's my second favorite line from European Vacation. Or line number 1 is the Coke
in the
can. I'll have it right here.
I'll have it right here.
The second one is when Clark and Rusty are sitting there on the Eiffel Tower, and they're looking out at the Paris there, and he's sitting there, and Clark's like, "Man, look at this view, Russ," and he's like, "Isn't it inspiring? I mean, you want to write, you want to paint, you just want to create something with your hands. You just want to." Russ, is there a bathroom around here? My second favorite line. He gets all inspired.
It's pretty good.
He has to go poop.
That is great. Chevy Chase, I mean, say what you will about him, and plenty have. The man is great with a quick one-liner, and maybe one of the best visual sight gag achievers.
That's where he made his fame.
Still,
really.
one of my favorite bits on Community is, and I know, and I've gone back and rewatched it a few times, and it's like, just turn it off. But the scene where he's going to get soft serve ice cream and he just has to keep getting containers and putting it underneath it, and finally he gets like a tub and and then he just walks away.
Yeah, I know that scene.
That's great. I mean, it's just great visual comedy. I gotta love it.
But he kind of got famous for doing Gerald Ford on SNL. That's kind of the pratfalls. That's kind of where, he kind of started getting notoriety.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the rest is history. But, yeah.
Pratfalls lead to painkillers, lead to problems.
But, those bathroom, the two bathroom humor scenes, best ones.
That's great.
I want to write, I want to paint, I want to do something with my hands. Their bathroom right.
I got to tell you, I didn't finish the first part of the Jerry Springer documentary.
Oh, yeah. That's been on there for a bit. I just never watched it.
I guess, has it? I mean, I
think it's been on there.
It just popped up.
I know it's popped up, but I feel like they're like refreshing it. Like
that might be
they put it out a year ago and they're saying, hey, check this out. Yeah.
But what you learn when you watch this thing is Jerry really had very little to do with what was going on.
He just collected a paycheck.
Yeah, he was just like the face of the show. Like the majority of like the drama came from their producer Richard Dominic.
Okay.
And it talks about how it refers to the first half at least refers to the what do they call it? The Clanfrontation. That's what it was called. And that was like the first big event on Jerry Springer where they're like, ooh, we could push the boundaries a little bit. And that's when things started going
off
completely off the rails. They were like having people call their friends and be like, hey, do you have any stories that even if it's made up or whatever, do you want to come on and portray it?
Right.
And so like most of what they were saying, most of those stories were heavily fabricated.
Well, all I'm just glad about in all the Jerry Springerdom was, if you remember, he ended every episode when he always did his little monologue at the end, and he always ended every episode with "Take care of yourself and
each other."
Yeah, that was his sign off. Well, Lester Holt straight up stole that from him. He's the host of I think it's NBC Nightly News. If you ever notice when he does the end of his shows, he take care of yourself and each other.
Does he really?
He does. He stole it from him.
Huh.
I did get vindication, though, finally.
Okay.
It did happen back when Jerry Springer passed. What was that, a couple years ago?
Yeah, a few.
Yeah.
During COVID.
When he passed, and they were doing the nightly news, and they usually end the nightly news with something, either a feel-good story or a celebrity death.
That squirrel can water ski.
Or celebrity death.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, this night was Jerry Springer night, and he finally admitted, to quote the words of Jerry Springer, please take it. I was like, finally you admit, you at least, I don't care if you use it, live it on, but
now,
at least own up that was Jerry
One
Springer.
could argue that he uses it in homage.
Well, and that's how we did it that night, and I'm cool with that, but I want credit be known that that's Jerry Springer's.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have flat out stolen large portions of my career.
As many have. That's how everything begats everything.
I believe he's the pastor at Waymaker Church now, but a gentleman named Chris Lethko.
Oh, yeah. We've had him on the show.
Of course, a couple
times.
He's
been on the show, yeah.
Used to be on the radio on a station here in town, and his name was Crash Test Chris.
Nice.
He would end every broadcast with, keep your hands on the wall, keep reaching for the phone, and remember that no matter where you go, there you are.
I've heard you say that. Yeah.
It used to be how I ended every single one of my Shorty Smalls shows.
Yeah.
So I flat out stole that word for word.
I also used to say, don't sweat the petty things or pet the sweaty things.
Don't pet the sweaty things.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another one you used to say a lot. Where'd you get that one from?
That was just something I saw on TV, I'm sure. That might have been even like a Chris Farley thing.
I was always a fan of that one.
Don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things. But yet I have sweat so many petty things and pet so many sweaty things.
Maybe you should throw that back into the repertoire.
I need to work it back into the vocab.
Repertoire.
There you go.
Let's see. We are scheduled to have Sheriff's Department join us here. Unfortunately, I didn't get a reminder to them till late, and so we'll see. If they may come in, I'll give them a few minutes here. But if not, we'll replay an interview just to do that. But couple things I do want to mention. Hey, Jocelyn, you want to come in and
tag out?
Well, you can hang out too. I mean, we can have a conversation.
You don't have to leave
unless you got like things to do.
I do eventually, but I was just going to give her
things to do. But y'all can be in the room same time. It's all right.
What you want to know is that Jocelyn and I are the same person. We've never been in the same room at the same time.
I'm trying to there's some rumors right out. I'm trying to dispel that right now.
We're going to quell that.
But I just want to bring in Jocelyn. Of course, by day she helps out as video producer and things, but she's also helps run the organization Food Not Bombs here in town, amongst other things she's involved with. But that's one of her tentpole things.
You got to throw the band in there at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
She also plays bass for
she plays bass. And, Cliff Dive. I'm just kidding.
Okay,
I don't know
for a nationally touring band.
But here's what's going on with Food Not Bombs, their organization, and we've talked a bunch on the show. If you listen, you maybe even be tired of hearing it, but sorry, I'm going to keep.
Sorry,
no, it needs to be heard.
We got things to work on, but
if you're tired of hearing it, it's you problem.
That's right. But Food Not Bombs, it's actually a national organization. The Roswell umbrella here works strictly with helping getting food to people that need food. If you're hungry, you need food, they get you food. No, it's not a question of where do you come from, are you hungry, do you have a mouth, you need,
Show me your
food in your stomach. All right, come on down. That's kind of their main day job, so to speak. But with the homeless situation in Roswell and with the weather situation going on, and they've been actively involved in serving the needs of the homeless over the last month here, since flooding, since everything else is wave after wave of these kinds of things going on. And so, with the Gonzales Warming Center, that's not available anymore. I know Westminster has been offering their home up as a church, and we'll continue to do that through this week if we can get volunteers to help man the even if you serve an hour or two, but we need to have staffing. The church, they are so gracious to provide the home, but they don't have the staff to help man it. Food Not Bombs has kind of taken over that mantle here to help get staffing in there.
Right.
But you guys could use some bodies here to help out.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, it's kind of it was Roswell Disaster Relief. He's the one that's running it, but like you said, he needs volunteers in order to open. It has to. It's kind of just him and whoever decides to help him out over there. So. I got a few volunteers over there yesterday, but it is going to be 15 degrees tonight. Yeah. So
we definitely need
the warmest night over the next week is like 25.
Right.
That's what I'm telling you. So.
Yeah. So if you want to volunteer, if you can go on the Roswell Communities Disaster Relief page,
their Facebook page.
He's got a phone number up there. You can call him and let him know you're available to volunteer.
Absolutely. And if you have questions, you can always reach out directly to Food Not Bombs, and they'll be happy to talk to you.
We can direct.
What are you specifically looking for as far as volunteers go? Like people to help just watch, oversee, maybe serve food?
Usually, I'm seeing
here,
his...
Fill in these things I missed.
Yeah.
How's it going?
I'm seeing that he is open just in the evenings. Last night he opened from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. So pretty much just to kind of be there, just to
monitor the situation.
Just to monitor, just to kind of see if these people need
something,
stuff to let
help them
people
out.
in. And just
things,
it's
if someone needs some other medical assistance, you calling that in or whatever. Just being the adult in the rooms kind of thing.
Pecos Valley Medical Services is also out there.
Okay, so they'll be on hand too to help out.
They've been on
some
hand
of that
since
stuff.
Tuesday.
Very
that
good.
Really
Are you guys still making sack lunches and all that? So you probably need some supplies for that too.
We do actually. We will be doing our regular serving tonight.
Okay.
God willing, the weather.
Right.
Okay. Do you have a location or your normal location?
We'll probably be at the Pioneer Plaza, hopefully. If not, we're going to be at 1210 North Main at Alpha Home Care.
Okay.
It's right across from Farley's.
Yes.
So
I know what you're talking
she's
about.
kind of lent her office as a backing in case it gets too bad at
Good deal.
Pioneer. So
excellent. And that's a little farther north. But it's only
it's on a
blocks,
bus line.
maybe.
So if people can get there, or like I said, we may be at Pioneer. It just kind of depends on how cold it is and if we can get there.
Logistics permit.
Yeah.
But if folks are now, how they get food it's all donations. It's restaurants or sometimes civic organizations have luncheons, things like that. So if you're part of groups that do that, or if you're a restaurant owner that has a lot of food at the end of the day that is just destined for the dumpster in the back, please call Food Not Bombs.
Please.
Reach out, and they will take that food every bit. And families do this too. We'll have just private citizens that
Make too
support
much
by
food.
making a big batch of soup, and it's just two of them that live there and say, hey,
Yep.
I got a gallon of soup here. Can someone eat it, or chili or whatever? And that's kind of how and that's how Food Not Bombs work. It's like, hey, we got all this extra food. It's already made. It's already prepared. It's already here.
We'll gladly take it.
Let's put it in some hungry bellies.
Are you still getting donations from the school?
We are.
I'm
but-
curious how that had the closure affected that.
So we didn't get a donation, obviously, yesterday because our donation is usually Thursday, Friday.
Sure.
Hopefully we'll get something today because we're on a 2-hour delay,
Yeah,
lobby
sure.
closure. Also, our alternative is if we don't serve, we are asking for gift cards for McDonald's,
Yeah.
from any downtown. So-
Really, the downtown
Yeah.
Main Street areas are all helpful places
Yeah.
where they can walk in and get a burger or sandwich
cup of
or
coffee
whatever,
or-
salad or whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's kind of our alternative. If it is too cold for us to serve you, at least we can hand out gift
Sure.
cards.
And they can sit in there and
they
have a
can sit
meal,
and-
warm up, and you get a cup
Yep.
of coffee and a meal,
And
whatever.
of course, we're still asking for sleeping bags, warm and stuff, tents.
If you've got that shed that has got a bunch of sleeping bags you haven't seen in a couple years, but know they're perfectly good, maybe go through them, make sure they're still good, and then reach out.
They're kind of hard to come by right now.
The stores and
I've
shelves, they don't
been
have them. Yeah.
To Big Five, they're wiped.
They're wiped.
So Walmart still had a few left. It's just the first couple days we handed out.
Blankets are great.
Blankets. I know the warming center did need blankets last night.
Good deal.
He was asking.
Like if you got wool ones, I know wool aren't always the most comfortable, but
True.
The best part about wool blankets is they still warm you even if they're wet.
Mhm.
Right.
So if they're great for the elements. So if they are out in the snow and things like that, that wool will help
Right.
retain
And it doesn't
warmth.
have to be
So-
new. You can go to the Humane Society thrift
Sure.
store. See
I was
if
going
they
to say,
have-
Crystal's always talking about having a ton of blankets right
Crystal
now.
will have a ton of blankets that, cheap. And,
Yeah.
we'll take them and give them out to people.
Then you're helping out two organizations.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
So it's,
Spreading the love.
We're pretty well.
Well, that's just it. We're
rounded
connected
with
too. And this
people.
kind of, since we kind of brought this up, I will address this. We talked a little bit about it on the radio the other day, but obviously there was a post shared, the Humane Society, we shared, that the Humane Society put out about some vandalism, thief stuff going on. And it's a very hot button issue. And you've got
Sure.
folks talking and sharing. And I completely see the arguments on both sides. I understand people saying, well, it's donated stuff and they can take it. And I understand your point, and you're right. And here's the issue. And this is where I'm going to defend the Humane Society a little bit. If the problem was people were just going in the box, taking a shirt and leaving, that's not a problem.
Right. No.
That's not the problem. What's going on is they're vandalizing it. They're taking all the clothes and throwing it, and it's throwing it within a block of everything. They're destroying what are actually good donations for folks.
Right.
And so you've got a lot of that going on. And so I understand, if that's the problem. So we've got to find the happy medium here. And I will tell you this, because Crystal has said this on this radio show. If you are in need, if you are needing stuff, please don't go through that box. When the thrift store opens, come on in, tell them your situation. They will help you out.
Yeah.
They will
They'll
be
donate
happy
it to you.
help.
Yeah.
Of course.
They just ask you don't destroy the box here, and that's and here's the next thing for folks that blame it. I'm going to tell you this. I'm not sure if Crystal's put this out there, but I'm going to say it. The Humane Society has tried many, many ways to rectify this. They have gone through the law enforcement. They've gone through everything. You know what law enforcement told them? We can't really help you.
Yeah.
We recommend you put them on Facebook and publicly shame them. So for folks that are judging them for doing them, this is per instructions from the city, the police department.
Thanks.
This is how they're trying. They're grabbing at straws. They're trying to rectify a problem they can't. They want to help. They don't want to shame people. They don't want to do it.
Right.
But they're kind of at a point where they're choiceless. And here's the other rub. This is volunteers. This isn't people that, I think maybe Crystal's an unpaid employee, but short of that, everything else is volunteering and doing their thing. And it's all private donations. And to be honest, the Humane Society's fixing a problem or attempting to fix a problem that's really a problem we've created.
Right.
The same folks that abuse these kind of things are also abusing pets and having litters and doing all these horrific things. It's the same circles of stuff that's going on here. And so they're trying to rectify that. They're trying to, so I understand that you're judging and saying, hey, you shouldn't shame these people. And I understand that because I agree with you. It's not the right way to handle these things. However, we're dealing with something that they're kind of backed in a corner and they don't know what else to do here. So if you want to offer
with Crystal,
help,
we give her donations when we get cat food, dog food, litter, whatever. We all work together, and I don't condone any of that. But it's. And we've offered, if they need it to be cleaned up or whatever.
Sure.
We're trying to work with Crystal, and it's the same. It would treat
and it's
it with
not
the
just
same,
the humane side. It impacts animal control and all the other businesses and homes that are in that block there. They're all impacted. by
treat
it.
it with the same respect as if you would come out and we serve you, and you're going to leave trash.
That's kind of it's if the people are just coming in, taking a shirt, and leaving or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
The problem is they're vandalizing, destroying it, and now and I get and mental health. It's just that I understand people are in situations hard to judge, but at the same time, you cannot condone lawlessness. At the same time,
there's a right way to
You've
go about
got
doing
to
it.
handle that, otherwise we're screwed, all of us. So you got to find that balance. So I will be honest. I'm going to tell you what you're seeing there is probably a bit of an act of desperation, saying, "Look, we're throwing up our hands. We don't know what else to do here. We're trying to rectify this problem, and if this raises awareness to maybe help rectify the problem, I'm completely good with that." So, but folks that are upset about that, I get it. Let's get involved and help fix the problem. I know, like I've seen some of the folks that do talk on there, and I know one's very part new, and I. She's very passionate, but I also say she puts her money where her mouth is, and so I always respect that. But you know what I mean. So, but at the same time, I get when you get such in the zone, you're like you got to realize there's other variables here that are also equally disturbing we need to rectify.
And that's the thing is we're trying to put out many fires.
Yes,
and we're one organization.
Exactly,
we're one very small organization and trying to help where we can, and it's right now we are trying to get volunteers over there so people can stay there, because it is cold and it's going to continue to be cold.
Yeah, I mean, I get feelings and this and that, but here's the facts. It's going to be 20 degrees tonight. There's going to be people that have no place to sleep tonight that will warm them.
Right.
We've got to fix that, regardless of situation, stories. These are human beings.
Right.
These are people that need shelter. So we're going to do whatever's possible to make that happen. If you can help out, we could use the help. That's what we're saying. Even if it's just to hang out at the church tonight for a couple hours or whatever, that would be amazing. That would be whatever you can do. We would appreciate it.
Shout out to Tom Blake over there at the church. He's really opened his doors, and he didn't have to, and he chose to do it. And
Tom's a good dude. Every time, Tom's just a man of the community. He's a Roswell dude that I still he makes an event official around town with his singing and music and everything else. But since he's kind of taken over as pastor of the church, he's really also opened that place up to the community.
And that's good. So like I said, if you want to volunteer, look up Roswell Community Disaster Relief. Or you can get a hold of me, either through Facebook or Food Not Bombs Roswell. Just message me, and please, if you have food that you are going to get rid of, if you have gift cards, sleeping bags, we will take it and hand it out.
Again, Roswell Food Not Bombs on Facebook is the best way to get a hold of all of that. And if you don't do that kind of stuff, reach out to the station. We'll get you in touch with Jocelyn or whatever. We'll make it happen.
Thank you, Mike.
Awesome. Thank you. Let me know if anything else we can do too. It is 8:27. Let's take a quick break, and then we're going to play our interview we had with the folks from the Road to Recovery. They've got their big 5K fun and remembrance event, celebrating and raising awareness for mental health and all that good stuff. So we're going to play that interview for you here in a bit. But first, a quick commercial break.
As you look forward to the new year, you may be making some New Year's resolutions for yourself. Things like exercising regularly, eating healthier, or something else that you may not do any longer than the first week of the year. How about you take a different approach for this year's resolution? Instead of focusing on yourself, come up with a resolution that can help others. Look around you and see where there's a need and resolve to meet that need. It could be helping out once a month at a local nonprofit. It could be writing an encouraging note every week to someone who's sick or dealing with a difficult time. It could be intentionally sharing the story of how God has made a difference in your life. At Country Club Road, we are making resolutions for the future with this mission: know Jesus and make Jesus known. We invite you to join us as we work together to develop our Vision 2030 plan titled For All That You're Going to Do. Happy New Year and God bless.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Strong women need strong partners to help them lead their healthiest lives. At Artesia General Hospital, Dr. Scott Beard and nurse practitioner Lori Crockett deliver compassionate, holistic care to women at every age and stage. From routine checkups to diagnostic testing and specialty services like urogynecology, you can expect the most innovative, personalized care close to home. Learn more about women's services at Artesia General Hospital online at artesiageneral.com/women or by calling 575-736-8394. Many women's services are also offered in Carlsbad.
Whether it's NFL on Thursday, Sunday, or Monday night, or college football, Game Day Roswell is your #1 destination, with a kitchen open for all your favorite snacks and apps, and a stocked bar with a full line of beers and spirits, with happy hour pricing all the time, including $4 bottles and $5 16-ounce tap. And try the Game Day Signature Shot Cinnamon Rocky Mountain Honey Whiskey, open Monday through Friday at 3, Saturdays at 11, and Sundays at 10:30 at 913 South Sunset in Roswell. Game Day, the place to go for sports.
Sign up today for the 3rd annual Artesia 4-H fundraising shoot. The Freedom Shoot Red, White, and Youth is Saturday, January 18th at the Eddy County Shooting Range and features a 100-round sporting clay course. This year also includes an archery course. Gun boards, raffles, door prizes, and lunch is provided. For more information or to sign up, call 575-513-0144. Support the Artesia 4-H and sign up today for the Freedom Shoot, January 18th.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Linen can absorb up to 20 times its weight in moisture before it feels damp. Now, you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom anymore. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Road to Recovery, Ruth Gonzalez, and from the New Mexico Department of Health, Monica Saavedra. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing today?
Doing good.
Doing good. Okay. Now, for folks that aren't familiar, let's kind of start with the Road to Recovery side, and for folks that, because Department of Health, I think we all kind of know, but there's so many different facets. But we'll get to kind of their involvement here in a second here. But for folks not familiar with Road to Recovery, let's kind of just start there and give folks a little background information about that organization.
Okay. So we started Road to Recovery about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And it was after my brother, it was a fentanyl overdose.
Yes, that's right. Okay.
And so we wanted to implement this in the community because there's no help out there really for addiction and mental health. And so we decided to put this race together, sisters and nieces.
Sure,
and
very grassroots.
Yes.
Now it's getting a little bigger.
Yes.
That's the idea.
It is growing.
This is the 3rd annual.
Yes.
The first annual was more family friends and really just very grassroots.
Yes, and we wanted to see what kind of feedback we would get from the community,
Mm-hmm.
and it is growing. We have involved the Chavez County Health Council.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've
Department of Health.
Yeah,
Good morning.
Good morning. And so then we reached out to some of the community churches, both hospitals, and so we're trying to make it grow into a yearly.
Each year a little bigger, and,
Yes.
and we're hoping the 4th annual will be just a little bit bigger than this
Yes.
one and everything. But it really is yes, we're raising awareness, we're raising money. That's the big goal here. We're
Yes.
trying to get more, but at the same time, this also serves as the humanity side of it. It's a 5K, and we want you to have fun with it, or take it as serious. Run as hard as you can, or make it as fun with a family thing. However you want to treat it.
Right.
But we also want to use this to honor the victories.
Yes.
To celebrate those that won their battles or are winning their struggles. We also want to honor those that have not.
Right.
And mourn and remember those that have lost their struggle to their road to their addiction or whatever issues, mental health issues they were having here. And so it's a little emotional. It's going to be a little roller coaster emotional wise, because we are going to be remembering good times and mourning losses. But at the same time, we're celebrating and trying to say, you know what, we're doing this so our kids or grandkids don't have the same issues we are having today to deal with. Like that when our kids or grandkids struggle with mental health or dependency issues, they're going to have resources to turn to, and they're going to hopefully maybe it'd be kind of nice if we got it to something where it's treating addiction and stuff as simple as treating, I don't know, chicken pox or something, you know what I mean?
Right,
something
right.
that basic, you know what I mean? And that's, and obviously that's why we get the Department of Health involved. We get more resources involved and that's the thing with the Department of Health. I don't think people realize, you might think of one, but there are so many different facets of the Department of Health, the financial side and financial assistance for food and things like that. But if you just have questions about, I need a doctor, or, what's the best resources for things, that's the Department of Health does all of that side too. And so there is much an information as a source for actual programs and things.
Right.
So that's kind of something that I don't think people realize all the time.
Exactly. And so this year, we are adding, some of our sisters will be dressed up as superheroes. We've also added that, people can come dressed as their superhero.
Okay,
as well
so kind of a superhero theme.
Yes.
For the third annual.
Yes.
Okay.
And then some of the bibs, if this year we ordered them, they're going to be blank.
Okay.
And on the top, it'll be, I am walking or running for,
okay.
And then you write your
you
loved
can personalize
ones.
it to celebrate your person, or and if you don't have one particular, I don't know, just tell you I'm here to support everyone.
Exactly. Yes. And then a lot of times when people enter races, they, in their little packet that they get a T-shirt and their
little swag. Some swag.
We are doing something to honor
the socks we were just talking about.
Yes. And these are offered to all the participants.
Cool.
And it's rice and proso millet seed, and it will help with the aches and pains after your race.
And keeps the kids in line.
Yeah. Well, and really and truly,
that's what we're talking about.
It's a good sensory thing.
I'm just kidding, of course.
No, they do hit each other.
They look kind of fun.
Yes. A mom came back at me and told me, those were the best things that kept my children busy all afternoon. They were just hitting each other with no bruises.
So if it doesn't help stress this way, it'll help keep the kids quiet, which... Victory stress. Yes. Win-win.
Right? And that's why Monica's here with me today, because she's going to be speaking about what their services are going to be out.
Good.
Race.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're saying. That people think, but that's really, it's a source of information,
Yes.
If whether you need personal information like shot records and things to resources to where's a doctor and stuff. So so for I'm going to guess we're going to focus on mental health and recovery side of kind of the Department of Health stuff at this event here.
Actually, there's a lot more.
Okay, we could make the umbrella of everybody.
I do want to thank Ruth for inviting me to be here. Her family has been an inspiration, and at their first annual, I was there, and I was there as a recovering addict.
Wow!
So I was
you've got
I was able to
see from
share
every
my
perspective.
story,
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was amazing because I had never shared my story with that big of a group.
Yeah.
And it was kind of liberating, just like.
Well, imagine, because I'm just assuming, so if I'm wrong, but there's always that nervousness there because let's face it, there's still
stigma.
Yes, there's still people that don't understand that dependency issues it's no different than cancer or any other disease. It's and so to come out but then because yes, you like you said, but then when I'm going to say, you know what, there was a lot more. Maybe there'd be one or two. But there was a lot of people that probably embraced you. You know what I mean? And
they did. It was amazing. They were like, I can't believe you have 15 years clean.
Yeah.
Now I have 18, but at the time I had 15.
Sure.
And a lot of people were coming up like, how did you do it? Stuff like that. So it was amazing, and I was so proud to be part of that.
Yes.
And I was also distributing Narcan while I was there for the Department of Health.
Well, but here's another thing, too, is I think it makes you more effective at your day job today. I mean, for twofold. One is you have the compassion. You've walked those shoes. You know what some of these folks are going through. But also, two, it gives you street cred. Whereas they look at you and say, oh, they do understand. They've been where I'm, they can't use the things that they tell people. You can't understand it. You're not walking, and you're like, hold my beer. Sorry, part of the bad pun, but literally that's what it is. I've done this. I've walked those shoes. And so, I imagine it. I believe in God. I don't know, but God puts you in the right place at the right time. That's the way I'm saying.
That's exactly what I was just telling her. I was like, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Thanks to God.
Yeah.
And her story is so amazing because I've been in healthcare for many years, and hardly ever hear a success story.
Sure.
And to hear her story, I'm like, where were you many years ago? Because I would go back to my brother and tell him, this is what I saw in the hospital. This is what and nothing to get to him. And so yes, your success story is awesome.
and that kind of reminds me too. I'd love to see healthcare workers come out and support here too, and because I imagine that in that industry, like you said, it's like law enforcement or any of these other career fields. You get, I don't know if the word jaded's the right word, but you kind of get immune to some of that, and you build your own walls and to protect your own sanity. And sometimes it makes you a little immune or numb to it. Right. And you lose your humanity a little bit on some of that. So maybe if you're experiencing a little work fatigue, maybe a 5K and seeing success stories and celebrating and all that might be good for the soul a little bit. You know what I mean?
And that's why we've reached out to the hospitals. We also are trying to incorporate the high school. We've have the
put the server's heart in the young folks too.
Yes, they're coming out to volunteer to help set up water stations, and so we've involved the Roswell and Goddard High School. We have a student coming out from one of the high schools to sing the national anthem for us. So yes, we're trying to involve as many and as young as we can get.
And so and of course we still got time. We want to invite the public. We actually still have a couple weeks here. It's not till January 25th, so it's not this weekend. So you got time to put groups together if you want to do as a team or more vendors and I'm guessing too if there's some nonprofits or organizations that kind of maybe do some of the kind of work that maybe say, hey, can we set up a booth or be involved? I'm sure they'd love to come out and be a part of that too here. So.
And we do have a Facebook page, and then my sister's information is on there, and they can reach out to her.
I will tell you, very easy. If you type Roswell Road to Recovery in Facebook, it'll take you directly to the page. You'll see the flyer for the 5K and all the information. And the phone numbers to sign up and everything here. But the event itself will take place January the 25th. It'll be at the Wool Bowl, like it's been the previous 2 years. Starts about 9:30 in the morning. You'll be done by lunchtime. So, you can go on. So if you got plans for the afternoon, no biggie. No biggie.
And that's what Monica's going to talk about, what she's going to be doing.
Right. So is it okay if I?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to be doing is I work with the disease prevention team.
Okay.
So right now we're number 2 in the nation for syphilis.
All right. So we probably should get a hold of that. Get a grip on that one. Yeah.
So we have a mobile unit that we're going to be taking out there. It's like an exam room on wheels. It's amazing. And we're going to be testing people for free for HIV and syphilis. Okay. And it's a finger stick. It's not a blood draw.
All right. So it's in and out pretty easy. Relatively painless and and not invasive.
Right. And we're also going to be training people on how to do rescue breathing, for opioid overdoses.
Okay.
And handing out free Narcan.
Excellent. So, in case, because that's just it. These emergencies happen, and sometimes law enforcement can't get there. I know, even though our law enforcement, I think at this point, are equipped with Narcan and stuff.
If you saw how many
Seconds.
reversals we do through our PHO public health offices, it's amazing.
Absolutely.
Like when they come back to get more, I'm like, did you use it? How many doses did it take? Did the person live? Did you call the ambulance?
Sure.
Did you do rescue breathing? Because we don't do CPR. We do rescue breathing because
Yeah,
it's
it's a
not
different-
about chest compressions.
Depending how old you are, you learned a different way to do CPR. I think.
Right. Well, it's because they stop breathing and it's not so
Sure.
much a heart thing. But if that's all you know, or if that's what
Right,
you
if,
require
like
to do,
I
do
got
it.
the old school, the hold them back and breathe in. I'm
Right.
like, I ain't gonna lie. If I see you laying on the ground, I'm gonna try that because that's what I was taught.
And that's what you should do, right? And I applaud anybody that tries to save a life, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing that. And we're also going to be talking about our rehab here in Roswell and our detox here in Roswell. And I'm not sure, but they were there last time I was there.
Yes. Okay.
And so they'll probably be there again. Good. And also, I'm not sure if they're going to be joining us, but we do have a methadone clinic here in Roswell.
Okay.
It's called MedMark.
Okay.
And they might be joining us. If not, I'm going to have all the information that anybody needs to talk about methadone.
Okay.
And we also have a Suboxone clinic here in Roswell called Renew Health.
Okay.
And
what is that? I don't know what that is.
Suboxone is also, it's kind of like methadone, but it's not
a different version.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's to help people get off of opioids.
I can't keep up with all the latest drugs and everything.
This one can be an injection or a sublingual type of kind of like a breath mint pill.
I just know that a lot of times it's very chemical now. A lot of these drugs that they're getting.
Well, they're all man-made.
Yeah.
And so, but they work, and they're able.
I was talking about the drugs that they're overdosing.
Oh, right. The fentanyl.
Whether it's fentanyl or some variation thereof at this point. Yeah.
Right. And we have other rehabs throughout the state that we can refer people to. I refer a lot of people to Carlsbad Lifehouse. They have a really good program there. And we have the Lighthouse in Clovis. So I'm pretty familiar with everybody in our region and other parts of the state. But what we do is we really try to link people to where they need to be. So, like you said, we are a resource, and people reach out to us for this stuff. And we also want to talk about, proper disposal of syringes, even if it's because you're diabetic. We have a drop box. We have proper disposal containers and so forth. So
you don't want those in our water tables and things like that. It's bad when they end up in those places. So
or somebody steps on them.
It's kind of like the prescription drug take back days you hear that the feds do every year through the police department. Same thing. You don't want, they're taking all the stuff, no questions asked. But even if it's your prescription meds, your cold meds, you don't want that flushed down the toilet.
And we also have doTERRA bags, which are kind of like a charcoal substance.
Okay.
And you could put your pills in it, and it neutralizes them.
So that way you can dispose it in the trash.
And the same thing works with charcoal kitty litter. So, FYI.
Good tip.
And I think I really, other than that education and the STI education.
And connection to resources, and I'm thinking if there's someone that's ready to maybe make the step to recovery, you can, come visit the booth on the 25th.
Yes.
And we can start the ball rolling there, or not, just talk and introductory wherever you're at on that. They're willing to talk to you about.
Right. And guiding them to areas that, in the community that are opening up to help.
Or even people that are that continue to use, and we want to help them do it in the safest possible way.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's one thing to deal with your addiction, but then now you've got some STD or some other transmitted disease that kills you because of the needle. I'd hate for you to get HIV or whatever, And
our HIV numbers have gone up in our region.
Has it?
In the last couple of years.
Yes.
And it's granted, I know it's a much more manageable disease than it was. It's not the death sentence it used to be.
No.
But at the same time, you don't want to live the rest of your life with that either. You know what I mean? You don't want to. That's one other thing. And unfortunately, this is one of the things of substance abuse. It's even when you get clean, it just depends on how long you did it, how much. damage actually did to your body that we recover from. So the sooner you can kind of get off this, the better you're going to be, especially when you're getting into fentanyl and these meth and these drugs. It's sometimes one time's all it takes to destroy everything.
Because there is that illegal, they're making it illegally.
It's just so dangerous of the stuff. And we're not trying to scare people. It's not like this is your brain on drugs time of going. Although this is legit.
Yes.
If you take too much of this stuff, sayonara, you're gone. We're not going to be able to talk to you anymore.
Because people are they're pressing their own pills. So you could shave off one side of a pill, a little microdot of it, and it's nothing. It's like ibuprofen. And then shave off the other side, and it's pure fentanyl.
And then it goes from innocent chocolate to nuclear warfare, and it's a millimeter's difference.
And you can't tell by looking at them. You can't. They look exactly like oxys, and that's what they're trying to disguise them as.
And that's why you gotta be careful. Even your best intents can still get killed.
We also have fentanyl test strips at the Department of Health.
Excellent. So you can. You know what? I'm just saying, if you're going down this path and you're like, let me check my kit first.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad move. Just saying.
I had read an article about the fentanyl.
Maybe not do it in front of the dealer, but when you get home before you use it, just that's what I'm saying.
Mike, you're hilarious. I hoped we had that here in New Mexico because so many people said that it made them think after they saw that strip turn a different color.
You didn't ding and then you died. Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean,
they chose not to do that.
Maybe it'll scare you straight, but at the very minimum, at least you're getting what you think you're getting. You're getting what you're
because you never know. You really don't know, and that's really big here in New Mexico. In 2023, I wrote down some information here. There were 954 deaths of opioid abuse.
And that's the
overdose.
Reported. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like how many
CDC, yes.
or how many of those were something else, but it was a factor. You know what I mean? Technically, it was this, but they've had a history.
I would venture
you know
to
what I mean?
say it would be double that.
Yeah.
Right.
Because because once they get in there and they start helping them, and if they have anything else, and they're like, oh, it's natural causes.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not. Or a heart attack because most of the overdoses consist of polysubstance
it's like,
use.
yeah, but they're 40. You know what I mean? They had a heart attack. They're not supposed to be having a heart attack.
Right, exactly.
So yes, it was a heart attack, but brought on by drug use.
Yes.
That's and so but please, I know we're getting down, but the big thing is we want to come have you join us here on January 25th.
Yes.
We want to come have fun, but at the same time come and let's raise as much awareness. Let's take the stigma away from dependency issues and mental health issues. Let's bring it into the spotlight. Let's Susan G. Coleman it. I keep saying that. That's what we need to do to mental health. We need to get yellow ribbons and have walks and do where everybody's out wearing, I don't care what color, pick a color.
I think the color for addiction or opioid use is purple.
Purple. So let's purple it up. Yeah.
Purple.
I think Alzheimer's is too, so there might have to be a purple rumble there. But
I think they're going to be out there too.
Good.
A vendor.
Excellent. Good. Because
I know there was some people there with the suicide group.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
And I love that.
Absolutely.
They shared their personal stories.
Yes. Come one, come all. All of if you're.
And so we have a DJ that will be out there, providing music, and that kind of pumps up the crowd, and
we dance.
Yes. Make it fun.
Absolutely.
And then
you're gonna be tired by noon. We didn't say you're gonna be tired by noon. We're just gonna be done by noon.
But yes, we are gonna make it a family-filled day too.
So
or morning, and we'll provide snacks for the people and drinks, water stations, and we're hoping for good weather.
Yes, hopefully, knock on wood.
Yes, last year it was freezing. But
well, hopefully we're getting it all out of the way now. Yes. So by January 25th, we're like, man, it's 65 again already. What are we talking about? Because it is Roswell.
and it will be a very emotional day that day too, because it'll be the actual anniversary date.
Oh wow, for your family and stuff. So a little bit closer to home for your family as well too. But I'm going to guess too, but this, we talk about what your family's doing and all the amazing work here too, but I'm going to take a stab as this is y'all's family's road to recovery.
Yes.
So, it's because when you lose a family member to addiction or mental health anything related like that, there's so much self-blame. I don't care who you are, what it is, everyone's going, I could have did this. I could have done that. And at the end of the day, we couldn't. But that's not how we rationalize it, and that's not how we do that. So,
and it eats at me too. I shouldn't do this, but every once in a while I'll pull out his medical records. and before the EMS arrived, the people that he was with had used Narcan twice on him. So,
and it's and I hope you guys realize that you guys. You couldn't. It's the path is the path, and you can lead the horse to water, but at the end of the day, you can't make that horse drink.
Right.
And that's the unfortunate bad side to all of this stuff is you can do everything right, you think, and it still doesn't end the way you think it's going to end.
Yes.
And that's why we have this moment. But this is what I think for you guys. So I hope that this does help with the healing, and I hope that yes, the 25th is going to be a little bit rougher day than it normally is, as is every January 25th for you. But maybe the fact that this date's on this date and those memories get replaced. Remember the time we did this and it turns into the dancing or somebody did something dumb. I don't care what it was. Some fool did something and we were all laughing like, you know what I mean? Something. They went out there with some weird pants or something. They did something out there. It's a fun run.
Yes, we do have to make it and change that.
So that's what we're, to slowly change the 25th for your family too. That's what I think this is. So.
And I think having all the vendors, after this, hopefully more will.
That's just it. We want to create the network. We want more people involved. We want it to, like you said, each year it's getting a little bit bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. Hopefully next year some of these other organizations come in and are bigger presences, or they too are growing in their things. Because, a lot, especially in the mental health and substance abuse, a lot of these organizations are grassroots level stuff. And that's, the Department of Health's that big umbrella that can help. But a lot of it's, people like your family and yourself that are really just tired of seeing the same thing, and they're rolling up their sleeves and saying, what can we do to move the needle in the right direction?
Yes.
So, and that's what this is about. So come join us. If you have any questions or any information, if you don't do the internet and all that stuff, go ahead and call Loretta. That's your sister.
Yes.
505-362-3884. Again, that's 505. She lives up north.
Albuquerque.
Yeah. 505-362-3884. Or go on Facebook to the Roswell Road to Recovery. Just type that in the search bar.
Yes.
The first thing that'll pop up is their Facebook page. You can follow, read more about everything here, learn more about Road to Recovery outside the 5K run and what we're doing here.
Yes.
And then, of course, you can probably go to any New Mexico Department of Health office here and get information on the event here, too, as well.
Yes. I was just wondering, can vendors still sign up if they wanted to?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And
even that day, we will accept them. If they show up,
Come on, we'll get you here. But probably call Loretta if you're interested. Maybe not before. Don't show up on the 25th. Call this week or next. Then you get on that bubble here.
To give us a heads up.
And
I think that's why we do it at the Wool Bowl. One, because we can involve.
It's got a lot of room.
School and lots of room, lots of
convenient
parking.
track already to walk around. So that helps.
And then inside, there's plenty of areas for them to set up a vendor table.
Yeah.
Yes.
And plus, you get to pretend you're a football player for a minute. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there's a few kids out there going, he's at the 10, at the 5. There's a couple kids doing that. So.
Yeah, running on the football field.
If you are interested in being a vendor or to sign up or have any questions, please call Loretta, 505-362-3884. It's also on the flyer on the Facebook page if you want to do that too. Or go to the Roswell Road to Recovery. Type that in exactly, and it'll pop right up first thing on the Facebook page.
And we are keeping that page up to date, so any changes or anything that will be up
and
to
if you're looking for resources for help and stuff, there's a lot of links to a lot of things through that Facebook page. So please don't, if you're looking for a source for your own personal needs, I advise you to like and follow, and let's get plugged in, and let's find those resources.
Yes.
That's what Road to Recovery is all about, is getting you connected, to getting you recovered.
Yes.
On the road, hence the name. Is there anything we missed, ladies? Anything through Department of Health side or through Road to Recovery that we wanted
I don't think
to
so.
share?
I appreciate you having us.
Anytime. And of course, if you have any questions, anything, please don't hesitate to reach out and come support it. Come on out January 25th. Knock on wood. It's going to be weather-wise pretty comfortable. I can't, it's not going to be 70 and sunny, but at least make it comfortable. We get it's January, but let's make it a little.
Last year. We did bundle up, but as we were walking, we started removing.
I'm about to say it might make for some faster 5K times.
Yeah, right.
That's a little cold.
and there will be medals for each. We have it in different age groups.
Excellent.
And so we have medals made for the first place. Will be a.
So if you're really wanting to pursue times and things, we got some hardware for you. But the big thing is just come out and bring your family and fun and have fun.
And we weren't going to put the date on it only because, just. We're going to try to keep doing this yearly.
Sure.
But,
and medals are expensive.
They encouraged us to do it this year because it is actually the actual anniversary date.
Yeah, and I know the 5K community, people that like to run and do 5Ks on a regular basis, they do like to, have rewards for hardware, medals.
And they're nice medals. There's a silver, bronze, and gold medal.
I think NMMI, they just do sword. I think you got like a sword or something when they're 5K, something like that. But everyone likes because you gotta, I figure if I'm going to run 5Ks all the time, I'm going to tell somebody I'm good at it. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm just running and doing all this pain, and I ain't get to tell anybody I'm good at something. So, I think that's the reason. It's like, I bust my butt. I want to tell people I'm good at something.
Yes. Proof of it.
But excellent. Well, thank you, ladies, very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Anything we can do. And even outside of our window of this, if we want to come on just to talk about Road to Recovery, what's going on, or any updates or anything, or if you're looking for resources, help, please reach out and love to talk to people. Just keep people plugged in. So, good deal.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Don't work too hard. Stay warm. I know it's hard this week. Bundle up. It is 8:49. Time for some news and some commercials and some Red Apple market update and Chaves County sports. I think I covered it all.
By his Democrat opponents.
So we'll
it
do all
was
that.
a virtual sentencing this morning. Mr. Trump did not attend in person, although some of his supporters did outside the courthouse in Manhattan.
President Trump is true to his heart. He has a good heart. He keeps it real, and I'm here to stand up for America, stand up for President Trump, because he deserves justice, because he speaks the truth, and just because they don't like that he believes in God and cares about we the people, they don't like him because he's not corrupt like that.
Mr. Trump calls the case a disgrace. At least 10,000 structures damaged or destroyed, at least 10 people killed by the Los Angeles wildfires, and there are so many heartbreaking stories. This man escaped with just the clothes on his back.
It's all gone. All gone. I mean, the kids were born here, raised them here. 20-some years. We built this and it's completely gone. Not just me, it's my whole neighborhood is gone.
The latest blaze being investigated as a possible arson fire. America's employers went on a hiring binge to close out 2024, adding a robust 256,000 jobs last month. Wall Street fears it could delay any further interest rate cuts by the Fed, and that has sent stocks sharply lower. The Dow is down 609 points, NASDAQ off 351. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
A potential environmental disaster, Iran-backed rebels to blame, has been averted.
Private security firm Ambre says an oil tanker that burned for weeks in the Red Sea after being attacked by Yemen's Houthi rebels and threatening a massive oil spill has been salvaged. The Sunion had been a disaster in waiting in the waterway, with 1 million barrels of crude oil aboard that had been struck and later sabotaged with explosives by the Iranian-backed Houthis as part of their campaign over the Israel-Hamas war in the Gaza Strip. It took months for salvagers to tow the vessel away, extinguish the fires and offload the remaining crude oil. I'm Charles Philadelphia.
Japan has approved additional sanctions on Russia over its war in Ukraine, including freezing the assets of dozens of individuals and groups and banning exports to dozens of organizations inside Russia and several other countries that have allegedly helped Moscow to evade sanctions. News and analysis, townhall.com. A federal court on Thursday blocked President Joe Biden's proposed changes to Title IX, halting his administration's efforts to expand the definition of sex to include gender identity nationwide.
In a decision issued Thursday, U.S. District Judge Danny Reeves scrapped the entire 1,500-page regulation after deciding it was fatally tainted by legal shortcomings. The rule had already been halted in 26 states after a wave of legal challenges by Republican-led states. President-elect Donald Trump previously promised to end the rules, quote, on day one of his second term. The decision came in response to a lawsuit filed by Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Virginia, and West Virginia. Bernie Bennett reporting.
The NFL has moved the Rams' wild card playoff game against the Minnesota Vikings to Arizona. This because of the Los Angeles wildfires. Playoff game will be played Monday night at State Farm Stadium, located in suburban Glendale. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tabloid said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3 of Morning with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday.
Yes, made it out on the other side of a snow-covered and icy Thursday, and here we are heading into the freaking weekend.
Yeah, still going to be chilly, though.
It's definitely going to be a cold one out there, so
might see a little more.
Plan accordingly. I'm actually pretty excited. I'm going to make a purchase today. I've negotiated the space heater that I have currently in my living room doesn't have a fan on it.
Okay.
So it's just, it gets warm, but it doesn't blow.
Gotcha.
This one I'm getting has the fan on it, and it rotates, so it blows heat. I'm really excited about that. It's going to be a good weekend, man. Tootsie's going to be toasted.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Looking forward to it.
Well, now you have double hot, too.
Yeah.
During the other one, just have heat. And the other one to
yes and no.
Heat.
I have to kind of play heater roulette because of my my power situation.
Oh, I got it.
I'll flip a breaker pretty easily.
Yeah, so you have to go different rooms, different circuits.
Yep.
I hear you. You know, there's a weird thing in our house that if I am, and I learned it twice before I figured out maybe I shouldn't do this anymore, is there's been times where I'm in the kitchen with the microwave on,
right,
and Kim just gets out of the shower and she's blow drying her hair, Every time. Apparently where she plugs in the bathroom is on the same circuit where our microwave is. And if you look at the house, it makes sense.
Right.
But they're not really near each other in terms of getting there. But since they're on the same circuit, if I'm microwaving while she's blow drying, it will trip that breaker every single time.
It is funny. You get to know which devices and which things are on, the same breaker.
Right.
When you flip those, you're like, okay, so I can't run the dryer and the air fryer at the same time. Got it.
Yeah, that was a funny combo where I'm like, I was like, microwave stopped, didn't ding. And Kim's like, did we lose power? I'm like, hold on. And I have to go outside because mine's around back to the breaker box.
That's a bummer. See, mine's just in a hallway.
Yeah, no, mine's down outside around back. I got to put on galoshes and muckalucks and all that to do that stuff. So, fortunately, we've learned that lesson. We haven't done it in a few years, but it took a 2-3 turns before he said, maybe we should stop doing that.
I think I'm going to have to get a danger high voltage sticker to put on the outside of my breaker box.
Yeah.
Just because I've noticed my son kind of eyeballing it every now and again.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Mr. Yuck stickers.
He gets devious with it. But I know I could startle him straight if I just put a high voltage sticker on it. But the only problem is every time I go to fix the breaker, he's going to freak out thinking, Dad's going to shock himself. Because I love that song, Dumb Ways to Die.
Yeah.
Which just kind of goes through all the really dumbest ways you could possibly die. It's a fun, catchy song. I'll give him that. But, he definitely would get the message.
Now he starts leaving. Well, that's good. Speaking of other things I shouldn't do, I learned this lesson.
Change the channel.
I'm joking here, but I learned this lesson. If you are a millionaire celebrity, probably shouldn't go on your social media and explain how you lost everything in the fire.
Yeah,
You're not getting a lot of sympathy.
Now would be the time to just go ahead and keep quiet.
It was very interesting. Obviously, I mean, I think all of y'all have seen the footage from the fires. It's insane that some of the footage and what's destroyed, and it's a lot to process.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have lost a lot of stuff. But I have seen, and the latest one I just saw was, and it literally was, I was scrolling just during the news there. Paris Hilton lost her home there. And she put a post up about the destroyed and this whole thing about cherish your family. And I was like, I got to see if there's anybody in the comments that's going to be sympathetic. You just jumped to the comments. And I didn't see not one. The nicest comment I saw was
thoughts and prayers.
Not even that was, well, I'm glad you're blessed enough to not have to, that your insurance company not have to worry about homeless, and your security team will come in and get everything taken care of for you. And all of that. That was the nicest comment I saw.
Yeah, there was a lot of it was actually funny. KRQE ran a story on their Facebook page. And as soon as I saw it, it was like celebrity homes in danger of burning to the ground in fire scares. You jump in the comments immediately.
Right.
And it's just like, KRQE, we understand that local news is tone deaf, but I mean, come on.
Well, you would have thought some of these celebrities would have learned the lesson from Hawaii. Because if you remember, when you had Oprah and The Rock and everybody coming on crying poverty, and you're like, Oprah and The Rock, arguably probably the two richest people on the planet at the particular moment, are complaining poverty and asking for money from us. That went over like a fart in an elevator. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's not. I mean, it's not the time. There's way more pressing damage in the LA area than the celebrity homes. We don't care.
It's just it was just, I just found it. Now, she wasn't asking for anything or nothing, but it was just that. It was like people were like, "Oh, poor you millionaire,"
Yeah.
That was mostly the sentiment.
TNPs, as Nate Bargatze calls them, thoughts and prayers. He didn't have time for thoughts and prayers. TNPs.
I don't even see one of those. I didn't even see one. And granted, I didn't go forever, but in the brief time I was there, I did not see not one thoughts and prayers.
By the way, you're gonna see photos circulated on social media of the Hollywood sign on fire. Those are mostly AI generated.
Gotcha.
The Hollywood sign is fine. It's just fine, people.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. The important things are taken care of.
Thank goodness.
Right.
I kind of wish they went back to Hollywood Land, because that's what the sign used to be. it used to be Hollywood Land, and then I think they lost the land in the fire or something. I don't know what it was.
It fell off or something. But that area, it looks like the fires have been diverted. They said Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks' houses were fine. Ooh, good for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The only two celebrities I've really seen go like that. The Paris Hilton was I guess she was somewhere and they just saw it for the first time and she was shocked and then awed, and I was just like, oh, because I could see the post. I'm like, oh, she's gonna get lambasted. And I was like, I didn't even see one comment. I was just like, oh man.
Did you see the Henry Winkler post?
No.
So the Fonz is suggesting that arsonists are causing all of these fires.
I've heard a few of those stories going around. James Woods is another
Chris
one. Chris
Brown retweeted Henry Winkler.
I've seen a few.
It's weird when you find out who runs in what circles. It's like, wait, what? The Fonz and him?
But I did see, like, because on Twitter you see everything, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people that are still. I mean, I can't even go 5 minutes without still people doing 9/11 stuff. But they'll conspiracy everything, and they're in full force with the arsonist footages and the looting footages, and be careful with those. For every one that's legit, there's 10 of them that Community Notes has to get in there and get on. So
right.
Just wondering if the Community Notes ain't got on it yet. It probably will pretty quick. Because I've seen already enough loot ones, and it's like, no, this is not looting. These are people actually evacuating their home. This is on a news footage from this. Right. I've seen a lot of that already.
And I mean, and obviously there are lots of people from LA listening to this show.
Yes.
As with the Ruidoso fires, if they tell you to evacuate, freaking evacuate. These videos I'm seeing people posting inside their houses while literally they're feet away from the fire.
Yeah.
And those embers are spreading everywhere. I mean, it's terrifying.
Yeah. There was the one, and I agree because I felt the same way, but it does make me laugh about the human mind. And I think I showed you the footage. There was one popular video, especially day one, going around, and it was literally like the guy standing in his, it looked like living room kitchen.
Yeah, like TV was.
But he had the big
wall.
view of the fires were literally. He had a lot of glass around his house, and you could see the flames are just right around his house, almost like one. You look at one section, all you see is orange, and there's literally this dude in there with his dog, and everyone's like, "Why you still got the dog? Why you got to be there?" I mean, one thing if you're gonna be there, but why you got to leave the dog there?
Right. Let him get out. Shoot.
And I'm like, you're right. It's not fair to the dog. But it does make people. There's a human in the room too. Yeah, but what about the dog?
Who cares about you? You have free choice.
Yeah.
Let him go.
But yeah, it is pretty bad. But moral of the story: if you are a billionaire celebrity and lost a home in the fire, maybe not share your grief.
Now's not the time for sympathy.
Yeah, people are not going to be sympathetic to that.
cause. I can't wait till we see the montage celebrity "Let It Be" or whatever song they're going to put out.
And then the other side you see is where the political people they're like, now watch California going red now. Now they're going red. They're going red. They're going to be mad that Gavin Newsom done screwed up everything. They're going to be mad. And so I'm like, good luck with that.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. I've been called.
All right.
I've been called.
Coach Dayu. Yep. All right. Well, I got to get the hour started anyway. Our guest is here. Dinah Velasco with the Roswell Public Library going to join us here. Give us an update on the library. I think they're okay. I know they had to close early yesterday, about a half hour because of, freezing and stuff. But I think they're back on regular schedule and all that now. So Dinah will join us here in just a bit, give us an update on what's happening at the library. And then, of course, later on in the hour, we'll get you up to date with news of the local variety. As far as delays go, I have the updated list. There really hasn't been much updates within the last hour. The only one update I had was Ruidoso schools went from 2 hours to closed. Everything else, matter of fact, I think kids are at school now. About the 2 hour delay, kids are about rolling into the schools and all that. So not much change in there. But if we do, we'll get you those updates on our Facebook as that happens. It is 17 minutes after 9. Let's go ahead and take a look at that weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Kind of cool today. We'll be in the upper 30s for the afternoon high, maybe a few clouds early, but then we get sunshine through the afternoon. The wind will be a little bit gusty, 15 to 25 miles an hour. Pretty cold for the overnight hours, mid to upper teens, and we get clear skies. And then Saturday looks good. We're back up to the low and mid 50s and sunny, 40s and sunny on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, 20. I was going to get optimistic. 24 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 60%. Winds are out of the northwest at 7 miles per hour. We will warm up into the upper 30s today. Glass half full kind of thing. Sunny, 37, so we will get above freezing. And the sun is out, and there's not a cloud in the sky that I can see from my perspective. And so we might see a little melting today. But winds will be out of the northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour this afternoon. Clear skies for tonight, but cold. Overnight low of 15 degrees tonight. That's why we were putting the pleas out for folks to help out with homeless here. Southwest winds tonight at around 5 miles per hour. For Saturday, we're going to be in the upper 40s tomorrow, sunny, and 48 for a high, so we'll see some melting there. Southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Saturday night, cold but a little warmer, partly cloudy, 25 for an overnight low Saturday night. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, we'll be in the low 40s, mostly sunny, 41 for a high. Northeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. Another teen night, Sunday night, 18 for an overnight low under mostly clear skies. Monday, 41 under sunny skies. And then looks like Tuesday, 44, 47 on Wednesday. Low 50s by Thursday of next week. But each night will be in the 20s. So chilly nights and chilly days for the next several days. All right, it's 19 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a 4-minute break, and then we will talk Roswell Public Library on the other side. Don't go away.
Hey Roswell, Happy New Year! Roswell Ford has a New Year's resolution you're gonna love. We resolved to sell more new Fords in 2025, so we're gonna make it super fun, super fast, and super easy, just for you. In fact, we'll give you the price we'd give to a friend or family member right up front. So bring us any trade, in any condition, don't even wash it. Because at Roswell Ford, all trades are welcome. Making payments on your current vehicle and want out early? We can help. We'll take your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders, all with great rates and terms for good credit, no credit, and even bad credit, with rates as low as 0% APR. Plus, we have a great selection of low mileage, one-owner pre-owned vehicles, all in prime condition, starting at just $10,000. Huge savings, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell, or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance, plus tax, title, and license with approved credit.
As you look forward to the new year, you may be making some New Year's resolutions for yourself. Things like exercising regularly, eating healthier, or something else that you may not do any longer than the first week of the year. How about you take a different approach for this year's resolution? Instead of focusing on yourself, come up with a resolution that can help others. Look around you and see where there's a need and resolve to meet that need. It could be helping out once a month at a local nonprofit. It could be writing an encouraging note every week to someone who's sick or dealing with a difficult time. It could be intentionally sharing the story of how God has made a difference in your life. At Country Club Road, we are making resolutions for the future with this mission: know Jesus and make Jesus known. We invite you to join us as we work together to develop our Vision 2030 plan titled For All That You're Going to Do. Happy New Year and God bless.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Artesia General Hospital's Rehabilitation Center is here to help you recover and get back to the activities you love. Rehabilitation services include physical, occupational, and speech therapy, all led by experienced, licensed therapists. From symptom management to patient education, customized home exercise programs, and family support, Artesia General Hospital's integrated approach to rehabilitation is designed to facilitate your best possible recovery so you can get back to work, back to play, and back to life. Learn more at artesiageneral.com/rehab or by calling 575-736-8174.
Hi, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture, and I want to tell you about our store-wide sale happening now. All items in every department are on sale. Upgrade your living space with power reclining sofas and love seats or beautiful sectionals with charging ports. Create ambience with amazing table and floor lamps. Get that long-awaited restful night's sleep with the new Serta mattress. Every department is on sale from our existing prices, so come down to Glenn's Furniture on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Are you ready to succeed? The School of Arts and Sciences at ENMU Roswell covers a broad curriculum. The certificates and degrees offered within these programs will prepare students to realize personal, professional, and occupational objectives, from ag science and agricultural technology to behavioral science, biology, bookkeeping and accounting, business administration, criminal justice, education, and mathematics. ENMU Roswell can set you up for success. Register now on campus or online at roswell.enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. Success starts here.
At New Mexico Gas Company, we believe there's money hiding in your home. It's true. It's hiding in your insulation, in your water heater, and in your furnace. And New Mexico Gas Company can help you tap into that money with rebates up to $800 for high-efficiency natural gas improvements. Your energy costs will go down, and your wallet will thank you. We're New Mexico Gas Company, and we provide energy efficiency solutions to save you money. That's why we're here. Learn more at nmgcgetrebates.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 1 in 3 snake bite victims is drunk. 1 in 5 is tattooed. Hold my beer and check this out. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Public Library, Diana Velasco back with us. Good morning. How are you today?
Hi, good morning, Mike. This is Diana, and yes, I feel kind of cold, but it's a beautiful day.
Little chilly, but how's your new year going so far? Everything going well?
Well, what can I say? We ended working, and we started working right away with the New Year's noon that we had. It turned out so well.
Nice.
As the Yuletide.
Yeah, rang in the new year about 12:30. Which is the best way to do it. 12:30 in the afternoon for lunch, not in the morning.
No, not in the yeah, we did it like right before lunch, and the kids enjoyed that. They love it. All the balloons dropping on there, and they were doing some craft. And, well, it seems like they have pretty fun.
They rang in the new year the right way here, and still got a full night's sleep. So that's a good thing.
And they say, usually people say that how you start the year, that's gonna be the whole year, and I guess it is because I'm already here
and doing great and having a good time. So it is. And speaking of that, really, speaking of parties. We do have a party we want to invite you to tomorrow. The Roswell Public Library is going to have a little party for our princesses this time.
Yes. We have the Princess Tea Party.
Yeah.
And I think most of the patrons are going to love it, especially our little princesses at home, our little girls. They want to
get a chance to dress up and get a little fancy for the Saturday.
And I think that no matter how cold or how it is the weather, they're willing to participate, to go to the library, since it's an indoor event.
Yeah, once you get there, you can go. You might have to bundle up to get in, but once you're there, you can go and show off your finest dresses and things you want to, or not. It's the complete. If you want to come and get dressed up, amazing. But if you come as you are, we just want to come and have a little fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's our purpose at the library, to visit our library, to enjoy the moment, and, to socialize with other little girls. And they're going to have, like, as you see it here on your desk. They
got a whole bunch of crafts and activities to do. Yeah.
Yes, we have a fancy cups where they're going to have supposedly tea.
Sure.
Obviously, it's not going to be hot. It's going to be cold tea, but we're going to learn a little bit of different kinds of tea.
Well, you think about it like when you had the tea parties with the kid, in general, there's not even tea in it, just usually. So they're going to have some tea. But it's not going to be hot tea because we don't want anybody to get burnt or nothing like that. And to be honest, the kids probably want the cold tea over the hot tea anyway. Right?
It will be a normal temperature.
It's the cup. They want to look cool in the cup. It doesn't matter what. You can put water in it. It don't matter.
It is. And some of them, they even want to take them home because they love it, how they look like. And they're going to be some of the things on our table Also, they're going to be able to decorate their own crown.
Yeah, their own princess crown.
With beautiful gems that we're going to provide them.
Excellent.
And we're going to welcome them with a nice paper
purse,
fancy purse with the...
No princess is not complete without her fancy purse.
Sure it is. We make sure that they will have one. And also they're going to have the opportunity to read a little poem that is going to be inside their purse.
Little inspiration, little reminder, little keepsake for them to have.
Yes, it is. And they're going to enjoy it also sweet treats that we're going to have
if you're going to have tea,
there.
you got to have some cookies or some crumpets or whatever that goes along with those kind of things.
Fancy mini cupcakes or more things.
You have your little sweets with that, yeah.
Yes.
Finger noshing.
Yes,
you got
pinky
your
in
pinky
here.
and
Pinky in here.
little nosh, little tea. Yes, that works.
It is. Yes, and as always, we have the scavenger hunt, but this time it's about the topic, which is the princess tea.
Sure, princess-related stuff. Yes. Yeah.
And that's what we have about the event that is going to be tomorrow at 10. As soon as we open the doors, and I wish I could say we have enough supplies, but we don't know.
Well, it's going to start at 10, and it'll go while supplies last. Yes. So it might behoove you to get there a little early. That way, guarantee you have enough supplies for everybody. So the party will go, but it'll start at 10 a.m. and imagine by about 11:30 or so, everything should wrap up there. But
I think so.
But come on down, and if you can't make it quite at 10, and it's 10, no problem. Come on down, and you can at least participate in scavenger hunt, and have a little tea and a little bit of socializing and things like that. But it's a chance for you to for these children to meet other children and hang out, and of course it's a chance for them to explore the library and make it their own kind of place a little bit, and make it a place where they want to come and kind of invest their own time and energy into, and all.
And also it's an opportunity. Like the last year, I have a mother and daughter, and they were dressing with the necklace, and they were enjoying together inside the Malone room where we had the tea party, while dad and son were outside and doing some other things at the library.
Sure.
And also they were talking about making plans for the following year.
Gotcha.
How about father and son, and mother
even
and
though
son
it was kind of more of a mom-daughter experience, they made it a whole family experience. Said, all right, we're going to have our own fun at the library. Dad and son will go and do
searching for books like
boy
for
stuff.
camping.
Yes. And then the princesses can have their tea party. So if you want to do it that way, or however, or all hands on deck, if you want to get dad and everybody making them princesses for the day too, come have fun and let's do it.
It is. And actually that little boy, he asked me for fishing books, and I was like, with the weather, the cold weather, but well, I guess that was something that he was trying to search to do with that.
And it's New Mexico. I know it's cold to this week, but like I do, we could be in a month from now and it's 70 degrees, and you're ready to go hit the river, or hit a lake here to go fishing a little bit.
That's true. That's true. Yes. Well, that's our event that is going to be in tomorrow.
It is tomorrow. So if you're looking for something to do with the family here on Saturday, bring them on down to the Roswell Public Library. And like I said, if you have the boys and things, they may not be into the princess stuff, bring them on down, and we'll go turn them loose in the teen section or kid section or wherever, and we'll go do something else at the library.
It is a good opportunity to go explore the library, to see all the things that we had. To don't hesitate to take your calendar so you can see, because there are way more events going on. Like, for instance, in the following month, we're going to have once a month something for the teens. Our librarian is working with our teens.
Excellent.
And expanding more information. Also, like this time they have like some gaming afternoon that it's going to be Friday 7.
Okay.
She might talk about it in the following
weeks. Well, this is why when you come tomorrow to the party here, go to the front desk and ask for the calendar. And it'll have for probably January and February, I'm guessing. Usually it's 2 months at a time on there. So you'll have all the events for the rest of this month and into next month, and then you can put it up on your refrigerator at home or wherever you keep those things. Now, if you're more of a digital person, you can also find this on the Facebook and website for the Roswell Public Library. So you don't have to wait. You can look right now and then plot and plan and have your events here. Just go to, if you go to the city's website, roswell-nm.gov, and there's a tab for the library. Click on that, and that'll take you there. Or if you follow the library on Facebook or Instagram, You can also find that and a lot of other cool stuff there too. I recommend you, if you do use Instagram or Facebook, go ahead and like and follow the public library, the Roswell Public Library. That way, not only will you get those calendars, but anytime there's events and things, you'll see photos from the events or get reminders like when they do family nights with like Lego or preschool story times, things like that. You get those reminders all right there. So.
Sure it is. And as I said before, our purpose is they enjoy being at the library to check their books, check our programs. This is for our community.
Yeah.
The community can enjoy and they build good memories on their children. So once they are adults, bring their little ones again.
I always thought it was cool to do that. Like when I was a kid, and a lot of folks were kids, like when you get, like when a person gets their first wallet or first pocketbook or purse, you know what I mean? That first like adult thing, like a kid gets their wallet or, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a transitioning from child to adult moment, you know what I mean? Where you're getting more responsibility. And there's always that moment, it seems like, where you get your child their first pocketbook or their first wallet and they, you know, they want to put something in it, you know, and I think the library card's that first good thing because that's something they can use and then actually use on the regular and gives them something real responsibility that they can go and it's like, hey, you can check out a book, but you got to bring it back on time. And
you must see their faces when they got their own library card.
Yeah.
They feel like they have a credit card.
Yeah.
And they feel responsible and they feel like they have to take care of those books. Otherwise, they feel like, okay, I need to pay for this.
So,
and they just go, once they get in the front desk, their library card, they go to the other section, which is the children's one, and they just go and show it.
Yeah.
I already have my library card.
Yeah.
So proud.
It's such a freedom moment for me because now it's like, I can go check out any book in this whole building I want to now if I want. Yeah, you can. Or you can go online and download some music or whatever you want to do, you know? And it's that first cool, you know, adult moment for so if you, because all kids get that age where they want to be adults. You can't, you know, once we get adults, we can't wait to be kids again or try to be as kids again. And as kids, we can't wait to be adults. That's just how humans work. But there's that moment where your kids want their first wallet or first you give them that thing. I recommend incorporate the library as part of that too and say, all right, now that you got your wallet or you got your pocketbook, we're going to go down to the Roswell Public Library and we're going to get you your very own library card with your name on it and you're responsible for it. If you turn in a book late, you're going to have to pay the fine on it. If you but you can check out whenever, you know, we give you permission to go to the library.
And also they give access to our computers to search, like for instance, if they have school assignments and some children, they already know that as long as it's a school assignment, the printers are free.
Excellent.
For them.
So they can come in and get that schoolwork done, no problem. So even if they need a place to get that work done and they can't do it at home or they maybe it's a lot going on at home, and they need a quiet place to get some work done, come on down to the library.
It is, especially when they're doing the science projects. They want to post images or pictures that they search for them, and they don't want just the copy from the book that they're being using it.
They want something a little more
they're
professional,
welcome,
a little more.
And they can do that.
Absolutely, they can help a lot, and there's a lot of. And here's another thing too. I want to invite folks. We talk about kids and school and all that. Adults, there's equally as many things, you know, the make stations and things. That's for adults too, where if you want to learn, you know, like 3D printing and some of these things, you can do all that at the library for free, learning that stuff. So again, if you have a library card in good standing, that is something available to you through the library.
It is. Once they take the calendar, they're going to see how full the calendar looks like. And we usually we have things to do during the week, whether in the morning or in the evening, and every Saturday and sometimes Sundays as well.
Absolutely.
They will enjoy it. And the best thing is that we have for all ages.
Absolutely.
Just take a look at our calendar, visit our website, give us a like on Facebook.
Absolutely.
And, well, I hope to see our little girls, our little princesses tomorrow
starting at 10 a.m. Yes. Come now. Like I said, if you want to dress up in your greatest princess stuff, please come on down. We'd love to have you. But that's not a requirement. If you don't have that stuff, then we'll gear you up while we're there. We'll get you a purse. We'll get you a crown. We'll get you some tea. We'll get you all the swag you need to feel like a princess when you're there. So.
For us, every child, every little one, it's a princess for us.
Absolutely.
That's why we're going to provide the person, the crown, and it's not necessary to dress up.
Yeah, but if you want to,
they're
please come on and do it. We'd love to see your pretty outfits and all your fun that you have with it. Like you said, if it is a little muddy, maybe put the boots on and the overcoat. Then once you get to the library, we can shed all that and put you in your princess best. But 10 a.m. tomorrow it starts, and it's first come, first serve. As long as supplies last, they're going to keep going here. So, but we anticipate about an hour and a half total. Noon at the latest.
Usually it takes like an hour and a half, like you
said
before.
Yeah, noon at the latest here. But come on down, participate in the scavenger hunt. Come and have tea and sweets and do the full princess treatment Saturday here at the library.
Sure, and don't forget to get your calendar because we already start the programs. I personally already start my Mother Goose in the Loose program.
Yeah, that's weekly
so
now
we have
and
it,
everything
and
else.
Story time and music and movement as well.
And the great thing about Mother Goose on the Loose and these story times, they offer it in Spanish and in English. Different times, different parts of the day. I don't care what your primary language that your child speaks is, bring them to both. The more exposure they get to other languages, other cultures, things that are different at that young age, the more they absorb, the more they retain. And if you're wanting a child that speaks fluent in multiple languages, that's the kind of stuff you expose them to do that.
In the last season, which it was from September to December, I have a couple little girls that they were 6 years old. They asked me permission to be in the Mother Goose and the Loose program as a visitors in the evening since they were just few children in there. Well, they already know some of the words in Spanish. They're participating in Spanish. So I have some children and they're already
I love that.
using Spanish and they're English speakers.
Absolutely.
So for both,
that's a beautiful thing because the more ways you can connect to people, the easier you will have in life. And so you are giving your child so many tools to help them navigate life by giving them that ability to do those kinds.
It is. I don't want people to think that, it is just for those one who speak Spanish or for those one who just speaks English. For both of them. Expand your vocabulary, expand your skills. We have, for instance, one of the classes in Mother Goose about the sense of hearing, and we use a couple songs on sign language.
Which is a very useful skill to have as well.
And I encourage the parents to keep exploring, keep searching about it, and teach your children.
It's funny you mentioned that because my brother, who he's about 5 years younger than me, and he, of course, he lives back in Virginia, where I'm from, in Maryland, that area. But he at work, he had someone at work that is deaf. And because of that, he learned American Sign Language, and now he uses it on occasion. Like this was years ago. Like that person's no longer with him now, but this was years ago, and still on occasion he's using his sign language skills to. Now he's not like the guys on TV that can do all that, but he has enough skill set that he can have a conversation or at least get the gist of what they're trying to communicate to each other, and all that happened because of his exposure to someone who needed those skills to communicate with him.
And I might think he has that empathy
to
learn.
Yeah,
but at the same time, he's earning a new skill.
Absolutely, and it's going to serve. But here's the thing: when kids are that young, when they're 3, 4, 5, they're sponges. Their brains are so better equipped to absorb that, and so the likelihood of that stuff retaining and sinking in is much greater than when you wait till high school to try to teach a child a foreign language. I didn't start Spanish until high school, and to this day I can pick out words and I can get the gist of something. But if you ask me to communicate it back, I'm in trouble. But I can be like, I think they're talking about this, But had I learned this at 3, 4, I'm pretty sure I could go back and forth at least to speak, where I could say, hey, I may not be perfect, but I could definitely get whatever message, what I'm across, if I'm trying to walk into any circle, I'm able to navigate that efficiently because I have enough communication skills to do that.
Most of the children, they learn from 1 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
And we usually think, okay, they're going to learn until they go to elementary school. Well, what it matters is at that age.
That
There's a
young
code
stuff.
that it says. There's a code that it says, what you teach me from 1 to 3, it's what it matters most to me.
It is.
And it is important.
And
Expose them to music, to art, to socializing, fine motor skills, motor skills. That's what we do in Maricopa.
And you're going to find a child that's got a foundation to go wherever they choose to go. That's all we're trying to do is give them the choices to pursue whatever dreams they want to do.
Yes. And usually at the end of the class, I always tell the parents, I thank them for being there, but I always tell them, thank you for making the time to be here.
Yeah.
No one has the time. We make the time.
That's cool. I love that. And so come experience some more of that tomorrow morning, beginning at 10 a.m.
Yes.
And then hang out afterwards too. There's lots of stuff going on. There's lots of information. Go turn over every corner and every leaf of that library and check it out.
Yes, maybe after the tea party, they can walk around and search for other areas at the library, the makerspace. Some parents, they might want to get interested to book with Kate.
Absolutely.
And learn about how to use, like you said, the 3D printer. We have the sewing machine. We have the Cricut. We have also the die cutter.
Who knows? You might start a business out of this thing someday just because of a skill set you picked up hanging out at the library for a little bit. Yeah.
And they get the training and they get certificate.
Absolutely. And of course, with tax season coming, people are going to be coming in looking for their tax documents soon. The library will have everything you need when that time comes and all that too. So just like they do every year. And if you need to access the computers to file your taxes and all that, no problem. Come on down. They'll get you get a library card and they'll be happy to help you out there. And those are free to get, by the way. They don't cost a dime to get a library. They don't cost money till you don't turn your books in on time. Then you're going to pay a little bit.
It's free on this.
Yeah. Now, also, too, don't forget, like with the weather and everything, don't forget that if weather does get inclement and they have to shut down early, they do have the 24/7 drop-off box right outside the facility there. So you can drop it even after business hours to drop off your books or whatever. Be known that thing's smarter than you are. It annotates times and everything. So if you're trying to work the system and say, it scans. It knows exactly when you turned it in. And so if you're trying to pull a move, it'll know. But I get it. Sometimes you're like, oh, I didn't get home from work in time, or I didn't make it till after 6 and I can't, whatever. No problem. We'll get that in. And I know lots of times if you guys are right around the date, you guys don't worry about it. It's the only people you really find are the ones that, it's been weeks that you haven't turned in a book or something like that, or tried to renew it or something like that. But
our purpose, they enjoy reading.
Absolutely. Oh, one other thing I want to mention real quick, just I know we're kind of out of the travel season now, but if you do have some trips coming up and things like that, thanks to the New Mexico Department of Transportation, you can come by the library and pick up this NMDOT pass that allows you free admittance for up to 6 people to many museums and art and natural like parks and things around the state. Everything from like Lincoln is on there. Some of the museums up in Albuquerque. I know in Cruces, I think the Museum of the Cowboys
There's
on
one
there.
at Las Cruces.
Yeah.
There are 2 at Ruidoso, one at Alamogordo.
Yeah.
And there are 2 or 3.
I think the Space Museum in Alamogordo's on there. Yeah.
That one also as well. So it will be a good opportunity to take your museum pass.
And you can get it for free.
Yes.
Now, it works a little different than books. You can check it out for 7 days. You cannot renew it, and you can only check it out in person. You can't, reserve it. It's a first come, first serve, and so the idea is it's yours for 7 days. So like if you know when you're going, say if you're going on a trip tomorrow, come in today, get that pass, and you go on your trip and return it when you come home. Good news is you can't reserve it or nothing, but they've never had a shortage of these passes. So if they've got a lot to give. So if I know we're not really in travel season right now, but spring break's right around the corner, and if you're going to be doing some of that stuff, just put the bee in the bonnet right now to say, hey, swing by the library, grab that pass. Maybe you can see some cool sights around New Mexico for free.
And we have some group of families, for instance, they have to go doctor's appointment to Albuquerque, and they want to use some time while they're around there.
Sure.
That's a good opportunity to take that.
Yeah, go see a museum.
And look around. And also we have, they have to look at the map of the museum pass that we give it to them.
And it's there at the
so
library.
They can show it. Yes, then it's at the library, because I believe there is also Santa Fe.
Yeah, there's all over the state there's stuff. I think it's 15 or 20 different locations on that.
13 or 15.
Yeah, something like that on there. And again, it gets up to 6 people in for free. And I know, just to comparison, I know Lincoln, New Mexico, they charge about $8-10 a head to get into that thing. So that's like $60 right there, saving for free right there. So
and you give it the opportunity to your children to learn about it.
Absolutely. So please check it out at the library. And then don't forget, come on out to the Princess Tea Party tomorrow morning beginning at 10 a.m. Come get your princess on and come have some fun as we do crafts and scavenger hunt and tea and cookies and sweets and all that good stuff. So excellent. Thank you, Diana, as always.
Thank you, Mike.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Stay warm.
I will.
All right, it is 9:47. Let's pause for news. Hannity update, quick break, all that. Don't go away.
Now your Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. Our top story today, the Roswell Municipal Landfill is offering members of the community free mulch. Residents are asked to bring their own equipment to load and haul the mulch off the site. It's available while the landfill is open, Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., and on Saturdays from 8:30 to 3:30. The free mulch is available while the supplies last, 3006 West Brasher Road. A 17-year-old has been arrested in connection with a deadly shooting that occurred in June of 2024. Las Cruces police say the teen is charged with 2 counts of murder and conspiracy to commit armed robbery. He is accused of killing 2 siblings in their car near Oregon Mountain High School in June of last year. Investigators are still searching for a second suspect. 26-year-old Jonathan Pena and 23-year-old Jacinia Pena were killed in the shooting. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
This is what environmental radicalism gets you. I'll never forget, I went out to the San Joaquin Valley. I covered this for Fox. You had all these farms, massive farms, that were bone dry, and there was all of this water that was available to them, and it was not made available to farmers because they wanted to protect what's called the Delta smelt. Now, the Delta smelt, if you look it up and look at a picture of it, it looks like a little minnow fish. It's not even like an exotic fish. And by the way, not even an endangered species. And they cared more about the Delta smelt than they did about the farmers, and the farmers lost their entire livelihood.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Hey, you exhausted every day? Maybe you have the 3 p.m. crash or struggling with memory issues, having a hard time focusing. You have to stop and pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. I never run out of energy, and I'm fully focused. Strong Cell. It's a revolutionary supplement that has truly changed my life. I use it every single day. It gives you natural energy, helps me stay focused all day long, and just makes me feel better overall. Whether you're a working mom or dad or homeschooling your kids or some of our loyal men and women behind the wheel across the country, try Strong Cell. It'll change your life. Linda uses it as well.
I use it every single day. I have my kids using it, my parents using it, my in-laws using it, my friends using it, and I am telling you, it is immediate. It is one of the only ways you can get NADH on the market, and it works.
Go to HannityStrong.com. Use promo code Hannity. You get a special 20% off any order. Once again, HannityStrong.com. And Strong Cell believes in their products so much, you get a 60-day no-risk policy. Invest in your health. I did it. It changed my life.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Had some games moved around because of all of the weather yesterday. Some games were just outright canceled. For the Roswell boys, now 10-4, their game against Mayfield scheduled for Thursday has been moved to today. They'll be playing at 5:30, and then Roswell will play host to Centennial Saturday at 4:30. The Goddard boys game against Belen was canceled yesterday. That was part of the North-South shootout in Lovington. That's a round-robin tournament, so it doesn't really affect like who's going to be considered the champion. They'll be playing Los Alamos this afternoon at 4:30, and then Taos on Saturday. The Roswell girls will be playing home against Mayfield today at 4 o'clock. That's been moved up from 5:30, and the girls will be playing Las Cruces Saturday. Goddard playing at Chaparral Saturday. Their road trip to Tucumcari last night canceled. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. speeds. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Kind of cool today. We'll be in the upper 30s for the afternoon high, maybe a few clouds early, but then we get sunshine through the afternoon. The wind will be a little bit gusty, 15 to 25 miles an hour. Pretty cold for the overnight hours, mid to upper teens, and we get clear skies. And then Saturday looks good. We're back up to the low and mid 50s and sunny, 40s and sunny on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. The government has released the December employment report. America's employers grew their payrolls by a robust 256,000 jobs last month. That was far more than analysts had been expecting. The unemployment rate dropped to 4.1%. That was down from 4.2% in the month of November. The surprising strength of the job market has sent Wall Street into a tailspin amid weakening confidence about the chances of further interest rate cuts by the Federal Reserve, given recent data showing unexpected strength in the U.S. economy. Uncertainties over how aggressively President-elect Trump might pursue higher tariffs against China and other countries once he takes office are also leaving investors cautious, just days ahead of the January 20th inauguration. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
As you look forward to the new year, you may be making some New Year's resolutions for yourself. Things like exercising regularly, eating healthier, or something else that you may not do any longer than the first week of the year. How about you take a different approach for this year's resolution? Instead of focusing on yourself, come up with a resolution that can help others. Look around you and see where there's a need and resolve to meet that need. It could be helping out once a month at a local nonprofit. It could be writing an encouraging note every week to someone who's sick or dealing with a difficult time. It could be intentionally sharing the story of how God has made a difference in your life. At Country Club Road, we are making resolutions for the future with this mission: know Jesus and make Jesus known. We invite you to join us as we work together to develop our Vision 2030 plan titled For All That You're Going to Do. Happy New Year and God bless.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Did you know almost 75% of the time we're replacing a roof, something totally weird or unexpected or bizarre happens? Jennifer here again from Trustmark Roofing, and I want you to know that we are always prepared for the unexpected. That's why we always have Project Superintendent on site at your home at all times to handle those weird, bizarre things as they pop up. Things like an unexpected layer of wood shake shingles under your shingles or rotted out decking boards, problems with flashing or ridges or missing supplies that somebody needs to chase down. These are the kinds of problems that normally grind the crews from other roofing companies to a halt and delay the project. But not with our super awesome superintendent there. He's equipped to handle any problem and keep the project moving along smoothly. Just one more way we do things better at Trustmark Roofing. If you have any roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
We teach our kids to say please and thank you to total strangers, but we get so familiar in our marriages and families, we stop being polite to each other. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and my wife, Miss Julie Smotherman, for The Joy of Marriage.
In the love chapter of 1 Corinthians 13, it says that love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. We emphasize being polite to each other in our family, which promotes an attitude of respect and brings peace in our home. Remember your manners with the person you love the most. Appreciate the things they do for you and let them know.
Being polite to each other can help you avoid conflict. Let's be polite to strangers, but let's not give our best to the people we don't live with. Let's give our best to each other.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The first toilet being flushed in a motion picture was in the movie Psycho. Mike thought it was Gone with the Wind. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:56, getting ready to wrap up today's show. Hey, don't forget, tonight is opening night for the Roswell Community Little Theater's performance of Now and Then. tonight at 7:30 p.m., tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. They'll do it again on Sunday at 2:30 p.m., and then one more weekend of shows, 17th and 18th at 7:30 p.m., and then the 19th at Sunday next week at 2:30 p.m. It's a great, this is a great date night comedy. We just, great dramedy, I guess you would say. More not comedy, dramedy. We actually had a great interview. I'll play it on Monday, I think. We're with the folks in the Communal Theater talking about the event and all that. But go and get your tickets right now. You can go online to their website. Log on to roswelltheater.com. Make sure you spell theater like live theater, Theatre. And that'll get you to the web. And, of course, you can just Google Roswell Communal Theater or RCLT or something like that. It'll probably come up in the Google search. But anyway, get there. You can order tickets through there, and they'll be ready at will call. Tickets will be available at the door if seats are available. So if you do space out and you're thinking, oh, I forgot to get tickets, but I want to go tonight, come on down. I think they open the box office about 30 minutes early. And you can come on down and get your tickets and get in for the show. But I will warn you that as opening night here gets more popular, tickets get a little scarcer for the later performances as word gets out. Because that's a lot of time first week, oh, man, that's that weekend, I forgot. And then by next weekend, they're like, we're definitely going. So you get a lot of that going on. So might behoove you if you're only available next weekend or whenever to go ahead and get those advance tickets locked in. Get that done now. But it's a great show. If you want to learn more about it, I invite you to check out our interview we had with some of the cast and the director yesterday, talking a little bit about the show and all that good stuff. But yeah, now and then, this weekend and next at the Roswell Community Theater, 1717 South Union. If you're not familiar with their theater, they're in the Plains Park, right there by the Plains Park Shopping Center, kind of around the bend there from the Epic Cinema 10 or Icon, the movie theater. I can't remember the name of it. Right across from the Dollar General there on Union. Can't miss it. Right there. For old school folks, the old Park Twin Theater. If y'all been around here a minute, remember the Park Twin. That's where they're located at. But tonight, 7:30. Tomorrow night, 7:30. Sunday at 2:30. And then we'll do it all over again next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well. Same time, 7:30, Friday and Saturday night, Sunday at 2:30. Roswell Community Theater's website, roswelltheater.org. You can also follow, and I recommend you do, because that way you get tidbits and nuggets. The Roswell Communal Theater has a Facebook page as well. Like and follow it. Sometimes they do giveaways and things, so you never know. You might get some free swag doing that. If you want to get in on the immersive dinners and stuff, you missed out for immersive dinner on this particular performance. They'll do another one again here in March, where they'll have another one. But generally, if you like the Facebook page, because those are very limited seating and limited opportunity, so they don't advertise it like they do the other stuff. But if you are a friend of theirs on Facebook, you will get in on all that good stuff. So highly recommend you do that. All right, that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your day. Have an amazing weekend. Stay warm. We'll be back bright and early Monday morning with an all-new show. Take care, everybody.
Clyde Lewis and Ground Zero is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. President-elect Trump has been formally sentenced without penalty in his New York criminal case. White House correspondent Greg Clugston reports from Manhattan.
The sentencing hearing took place here at the New York Criminal Court with Donald Trump appearing by video from Florida. His sentence of an unconditional discharge means no jail time, fines, or probation. Yet it results Trump becoming the first president or president-elect who is a felon. During the hearing, the judge defended the court proceedings, but Trump lashed out at prosecutors and said his criminal trial and conviction was a very terrible